Oh.
Jacorian Bennett, 244 receiving yards allowed in coverage through week 9.
All right.
Second and 14.
Third
Jets
and
up.
7.
Oh, okay. Well, call it.
Wilson in the shotgun. Wilson looking. Wilson gets out the pocket. Wilson's going to run and pick up the first down and a lot more. And he's going to dive to the pylon for a touchdown. Zach Wilson.
Okay, Zach.
What a play by Zach Wilson. Oh, he was out. He was out at the 3. He stepped out at the 3.
Guys, if you're watching over on Big Pat's channel and you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. Also, guys, if you're watching on my channel and you're not subscribed to Big Pat Sports Talk, make sure you go over to his channel and subscribe. As we do this every Sunday, every Thursday, every Monday, every Saturday. We call the fights, we call the football games.
All right, so it'll be first and goal from the 3. What a play by Zach Wilson. All right, first and goal. Wilson under center, tight end in motion, I formation. Look for Brees Hall to get the ball right here. Does give it to Brees Hall. He pushes forward and he gets in the end zone. No question about that. But there's a flag. Holding on the offense. Good grief.
Bookend tackles, coach. There you go. Coach Ed is tapped in. There you go, coach. Guys, make sure you go subscribe to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports.
All right, first and goal from the 13 after the hold. Ball is snap, hands it out to Brees Hall again. Brees Hall is going to try to bounce it to the outside. He's going to get about 2 yards. That's what bad teams do, man. Stop yourself from getting the touchdown right there. That is crazy. Come on, man. Computer froze. All right. Second and goal. Ball is snap. Pitch to Brees Hall. Almost drops it, but he gets the ball, and the Raiders are all over it. Lord have mercy. Max Crosby. It's going to be third and goal. And delay game on the Jets. All right, third and goal. Wilson looking. Wilson throws over the middle, incomplete to Williams. Or William Carter. Michael Carter, I'm sorry. Right, coach. Has no reason for an end to be blocking, a receiver to be blocking a defensive end. So the Jets went from getting the touchdown to kicking another field goal. Kick is up and it is good. 9-3 Jets.
There's the link, Miss. It's in the chat. Mr. Zoe, Lane Kerner. Damn, son, Giants, okay, we losing, but we can't even be competitive. Yeah, that's a damn shame. How do I feel about the Jets? Same way I've always felt about the Jets. New York Giants is the New York team.
Yeah, Beck did get pancaked on that play.
Rizzo, what's going on, brother? Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, King Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everybody tuning in. Hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, don't be ninja watchers, yo. That's horrible. 9-3, Jets out in front. Battle of the field goals. The Giants play the Washington Commanders next week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the kick is off.
Alex, what's up?
Quentin Williams having a tough time getting sacks this year. First to 10, hands it off to Jacobs, and he is hitting the backfield. Good grief.
Yo, I created the image in my icon. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's Victor Cruz holding up the Lombardi, and in the Lombardi football part is Victor Cruz doing the salsa. But that's fire.
Mm-hmm. All right. Ball is snap. Josh Jacobs spins and he gets about 3 yards. It'd be about a 3rd and 8, 3rd and long.
How are you that damn far ahead of me? What the hell won? They're playing in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, 3rd and 9. Adams in motion, trips to Connell's right. O'Connell looking. O'Connell almost sacked. O'Connell throws it deep and nobody's there. And it'd be 4th and 9. Sad Adams goes off the field and Raiders will have to punt again. All right, the punt will be off. And be out of bounds at like the 18-yard line. All right, they're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna take a break real quick. You watching Sunday Night Football right here on the Big Blue Crew Sports Network with yours truly, G Nation Inside Sports. Hit that like and subscribe button. Don't be a ninja watcher, man. Go ahead and support the Big Blue Crew.
Such.
Also, go to the merch shop is in this description. Go copy some G Nation Inside Sports merch, Blitz Squad apparel. Um, he'll let you know his other apparel. And go to the Big Pass Sports Shop where you can get the What Are You Doing collection, the Big Pass Sports Talk collection, the Talk Your Talk collection, the clothing line. Nice fit. Got everything that you need: bags, shirts, hoodies, shoes, aprons, stickers, posters, whatever you need. We got it at our merchandise shops. Go cop that merch and support the family, man. Big Blue Crew Sports Network. We'll be back right after these messages. Peace
Sorry,
out.
my face. I'm hungry. Yeah, it's beyond sad, Ghost Dog. Yeah, we need another bye season. But thank you for stopping by, Darrell Teague. I greatly appreciate it. It's my first time seeing you in my comments. I believe you're actually watching on Pat's. Um, please hop over and subscribe. G Nation Inside Sports. We are the founders of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. We've been doing this together since day one. So please subscribe, show some love, show some support. It's absolutely free, costs you nothing to push that subscribe button. That's a tough question. It says, what's up, coach? You guys see Daniel Jones back next year? Depends on where we draft him. I was listening to a conversation earlier between Coach Ed and Miz um, on Pat Stream, I believe it was. It might have been NYG22 Stream on Unpopular Opinion Sports, but um, on if you trade back or not. If you have the number one overall pick or the number two overall pick, do you trade back to like number five and get a lot of draft capital? You know, that's a tough question. So, you know, the Giants have a lot of tough decisions to make coming up. And I mean, from the top on down, you know, Did you hire the right coaching staff? Did you hire the right offensive coordinator? Did you hire the right offensive line coach? These are definitely questions that I, as a fan, have. So I'm sure the guys upstairs in the front office have some of these similar questions. MV1, what's going on? He says, what's good, fellas? This has definitely been a rough season to watch, but I'm definitely optimistic about the offseason. Do you feel we need to sign some vets for the line or stick to the draft? Um, I'm not opposed to signing a vet, but we definitely have to get rid of Bobby Johnson. At this point, um, I have no confidence in Bobby Johnson. I've seen him get some guys in here and not be able to coach them up. Guys that are messing up on basic fundamentals. So if you're the coach and you're not teaching these guys the proper technique, or you're not putting them in the proper position to have leverage as an offensive lineman, it's all about leverage. So if you don't know how to use your leverage and you don't have proper sound technique, you're gonna get beat every time. I don't care how strong you are. So he's obviously dropped the ball on teaching in that regard. So I am done with Bobby Johnson. I think that's where the problem starts um, for me. How do you feel about Bo Nix? I think Bo Nix is a decent quarterback. Afghanistan. He says, aren't we lucky to get to sit here on Sundays and watch this trash? That's what fans do, but doesn't mean I can't be frustrated. Need this team to turn this around for good soon. Facts. Listen, everybody's mad about this crap we watching. I agree with you. You get no argument from me, bro. Yeah, I like Bo Nix. I think he's a decent quarterback. I literally said earlier, if it's up to me, um, I get Marvin Harrison Jr. with that first pick. I go get a dominant edge rusher opposite of Kayvon Thibodeau, and I move Evan Neal into guard, and I draft right tackle. That's what I do, and I run it back with DJ. Because if you got Marvin Harrison Jr., Jalen Hyatt, Wandell Robinson as your 1, 2, and 3 receiver, I really don't see a problem with that. Add into the mix Darren Waller, Daniel Bellinger. If you fix this offensive line, Saquon Barkley and DJ, you can really have a good squad, man. But this coaching has been dropping the ball. Kafka's play calling is beyond suspect. Um, Bobby Johnson's coaching is beyond suspect. And we have what we have because the coaches aren't being held accountable for their poor coaching. Period. There's something very wrong with an organization that consistently fields some of the worst O-line units year after year. That's a fact. I would love to trade back and get Verse for Day. You can have Tom Brady, but if you don't have time, draft O-line. Listen, I've been screaming that my whole time on YouTube, bro. I literally coined that phrase. I said it don't matter if you got the GOAT back there. The Giants proved it in 2 Super Bowls. If he don't got time to survey the field and go through his progressions and find somebody to throw that ball to, it doesn't matter who's behind that line. And people argue with me and say I'm a Daniel Jones apologist and this and that. No, I just know football. If you don't have time, you're not going to succeed. Period. 1 second is not enough time. That is a fact. People can say I'm wrong or whatever, have their own opinion. That's fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But I'm telling you, it don't matter who you got back there. If he don't got time to drop back, go through his progression, and find somewhere to dump that ball, it don't matter what his name is, what his number is, how much he gets paid, where he got drafted. It means nothing. Even when they say they're going to address it, the offensive line that is, they haven't shown us that they have the ability to significantly improve it. Agree. Again, you get no argument from me there, bro. This is been bad. He said, no, that's the facts. Yeah. This is what we've been dealing with, guys. Guys, if this is your first time tuning in, hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button for me. Also, go check out the merch shop. Got the G Nation squad, the G Nation clothes, the Blitz Squad apparel, the Big Blue Crew Sports Network apparel, coffee mugs, water bottles, you name it, stickers. Go support the cause, man. All right, 9-3. Hit the like for you fellas. I applaud you guys as fans. We'll get through this garbage. Hey man, thank you. I greatly appreciate it, brother. Hit that subscribe button while you're at it. It's free. It costs you nothing. We're not asking for no money. Just costs you nothing to push that subscribe button, man. Helps me out immensely, and I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, as fans, we go through this together. We're tired of watching them lose. I just don't understand the fan base that cannibalizes themselves and start arguing with each other over stuff. I mean, we all want this team to win. Now, whoever's opinion about how we get there differs or whatever, so what? Can we get the wins? Why are we tearing each other apart? Like, it makes no sense. People be going crazy. Thank you, my brother. All right. Jameis Winston with a quick toss to the right, and he will be 1 yard shy of the first down on a nice hard run there. Pause. Third down. 3rd and 1. Josh Jacobs is 42% of the team's total rushes and receptions since 2021. Unpopular opinion was good.
Yo, yo, yo. What's good?
3rd and 1. Winston under center. Oh, that's not Winston. Quarterback
Winston.
sneak for the first down. Who is that? That's O'Donnell. What's his name?
Oh, Aiden O'Connell.
O'Connell. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name.
Nimmer. Hopefully we can beat Washington football team week next Sunday. I don't understand why some fans want us to tank. Well, you know. Oh, and he breaks loose, breaks the tackle, and keeps it
Oh,
moving.
oh,
First
nice
down.
move. Jacoby
Myers.
Myers.
I'm sorry, guys. I've been in front of this camera all day. I just now when it got me something to eat. So I'm gonna turn my camera off so I can eat. NYG, if you would like to call the game for like 2 minutes, so I'm not calling it with a mouthful of chicken sandwich, that would be awesome.
You good? All right, 1st and 10. O'Connell takes the snap, has time, looks, throws, and is caught
Oh!
by Devontae Adams. First down, Raiders. Raiders look like they picking up the pace here, trying to keep that Jets defense on its heels. O'Connell, 8 for 11, 101 yards and an interception. All right, back in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes, and he's gonna be sacked this time. He's doing too much. Tried to pump fake,
Yeah,
didn't
do
work.
go through. Yeah,
Jets
Thomas.
all over it.
Thomas with the sack.
Yep, 94.
You know you can stream it to yours.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you did figure that out. That's what's up. All right.
Guys,
O'Connell
if you
back. He's looking, throws it away. It's gonna be third down.
oh my God, what a sack! They lost about 12 yards on that sack.
Franklin Myers. John Franklin Myers in. Jets defense definitely showed up.
Hey, MP1, what's going on? Oh man,
Horrible.
man. Oh boy, this team of ours, man. This team of ours.
Judo, my brother from another mother. Thank you for the follow on the super chat. He says, massive salute and respect to El Rey del Boricua, Little Bronx, Little Italy, New York, Little North Carolina, Pat, NYG 22, and all Big Blue Crew fam and members all over. And please share your chicken. Brother, I'm starving. The chicken is gone already.
Right. Tudo always trying to take somebody food.
You gonna eat your cornbread?
Right. Right. Yo, give Tudo your cornbread. Nimmer, what's going on, Nimmer? Hope all is good with you, bro.
All right. 4th and 29.
Good Lord.
You take a sack of that magnitude, buddy.
Right.
Cancel Christmas. Fair catch at the 14. Jets will start on the 14-yard line. Don't nobody want to watch Napoleon. Sacre bleu. Nobody cares.
Cool.
Listening to Mike Francesa about the Giants, he did say until the Giants fix this old line, it'll never change. Like Pat says, I sent it to you guys. I've been saying that shit for the longest.
Right. All right, Wilson in the shotgun hands it off to Brees Hall on the draw. Brees Hall breaks a tackle and gets about 6 or 7 yards when it should have been a 1 yard loss.
This is not news to me, sir. I've been saying this for the longest. Yeah, that's why he said turn the camera on. You see it. Rugby. Y'all know who it is. G Nation Inside Sports. It's your boy Big Blue. Get the spin on him, you know what I'm saying?
All right, after 7 yard run by Brees Hall, 2nd and 3. Wilson in the shotgun, Conklin in motion, trips to his right. Well, Raiders look like they were sending a blitz. They might still send one. Who knows? No, they back out. Zach Wilson throws over the middle. Oh,
Ooh, almost
tip.
picked.
Yeah.
Oh,
A very good friend gave this to me. A good godly family man. Lou, you look like a scuba diver.
All right, 3rd and 3. In the shotgun.
I do be
Tripping
diving in them
right.
deep crevices.
Right.
Pause.
Ball is snap. Wilson looking. Wilson's going to take off, and Wilson's going to get a first down and more to the 30, to the 35, down to the 40.
wow.
That's what happens when you have a decent NFL offensive line. You're able to step up in the pocket. You can
He had
make
plenty
things
of
happen
time
with your
on that.
feet. Right. That was some good blocking right there.
Yeah, you see Crosby try to come across on the stunt.
Mm-hmm. And they washed them out.
Yep.
All right, 1st and 10. Wilson back in the shotgun. Ball is snapped. Wilson looking, throws it over the middle to his tight end. Very good play to run on 1st down. 2nd and 2. Well, 2nd and 3. Well, 2nd and 2, I'm sorry. Ball is snapped, 2nd and 2. Now he can do things. Oh, and Wilson uses his feet to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Zach Wilson. Yeah, you got to be careful with that football, man.
Mm-hmm. If we can block like this, I don't care which quarterback they draft. You consistently block like they're blocking right now. Yeah, sometimes you are going to give the edge sometimes, but quarterback with good instincts can get out of there. And Wilson doesn't have great instincts, but he's able to get out of there. So 3rd and 3. Empty backfield. Ball is snapped. Raiders only sent 4. Good blocking again. Wilson looks, throws it deep, and he misses.
Wow. Wow. Come on, man. He had all day to throw. And if he just puts a halfway decent pass.
Alan Lazard 6'5". You go up there and get it.
Right.
That's where you can say, oh, the quarterback is trash. Yeah, you can say it now.
Yeah, because he had all day to throw.
Punt is off. And it takes a Jets bounce, but it goes into the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Give me some blocking like that. I'll take Caleb Williams with the people we got right now. But we're not.
Gotta feel like they can get there at some point, man. Like, I mean, It's 10 plus years, bro. 10 years. Yo, like, come on.
10 plus years. Don't forget the plus.
Yeah, the plus, right? Because shit, the
Decade
last time he had
plus.
a decent offensive line was what?
The Super
2012?
Bowl.
20, yeah,
All right, first and
2011,
10.
2012,
Well, whatever year Eli threw all them touchdowns, I think it was like 20.
2011. Yeah.
No, it was when Odell Beckham was here. So around like 2013, 14.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
A year right before we went to the playoffs. Yeah, 2014. Ball is snap. O'Connell looking, throws it over to the right, caught by Adams for a first down. So 2014, the last time we had a decent O line, and they weren't even that great that year.
yeah. Nah. How you bad at pass blocking and run blocking? I mean,
And scheme.
can't do
Play
anything
scheme.
right.
Nigga. You can't do nothing right. That's why it's 49-10. All right,
Shoot.
9-3. O'Connell in the shotgun, jet sending blitz. He throws it out to his running back. That's a good thing to do, to throw it to the flat when you see a freaking blitz, not when the niggas in man coverage. But hey, every damn play is a blitz because you can't block three. Shit. There's so many things fundamentally wrong. It's ridiculous in one.
Yeah, it is.
Ain't nowhere for you to turn. 2nd and 2. Ball is snap. Jet send 5. O'Connell has time. Throws it out route to his tight end. First down.
Yeah, it's the kind of the first time I can actually say I'm embarrassed to really talk about the Giants right now. I
No,
mean,
personal foul, roughly passer. Field goal range.
you know how you go out somewhere and they like, yeah, oh, the Giants, yeah, y'all had a pretty good season. Now when you go out, they just look at you like, you rooting for them niggas? Hey, guys are terrible.
Right.
It's
Oh,
embarrassing, man, being
you can't
a
even say
fan of
nothing
this
back.
team right now. You can't. And that's what's because as a fan, I mean me, I like to trash talk a little bit.
Yeah,
I
but
can't say
shit.
nothing. I can't say nothing at all.
But
Except we
yeah,
beat
you're right.
Washington.
Yep.
That's the only team I could talk shit to.
We beat the Cardinals, and I like them better than us. Ball
Yeah.
is snap. O'Connell pump fakes, throws, incomplete. Titted for Adams. You really can't say that. You slut shit, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Just like y'all stink. Huh? I don't know.
Yeah. Motherfucker. And the fan base makes it even worse. Oh, you get a quarterback, we're all right. Okay.
Yeah, the
You see
fan
the
base
Texans got
was
CJ Stroud. You not gonna name the other things they did?
yeah,
Yes, you just
like Will Anderson Jr. wasn't part
yeah.
of that draft class.
Eric
Tank
Stenson
Dell.
Jr., Tank Dell, bring over Dalton Schultz, Noah Brown, Xavier Hutchinson, Nico Collins. Offensive line is ranked at the top 12. Like, you're not gonna name all that either, huh? Well, you're just mad. You don't like quarterbacks. You can't admit C.J. Stroud is good. I didn't say that. I said C.J. Stroud is a major part of the reason why they're winning. Yes, but he's not the only reason, sir.
Yeah, CJ Stroud is doing his thing, but that offensive line definitely protects him,
Man,
which I
I
was doing a little bit of homework. George Fant, their right tackle, is a free agent.
yeah,
He probably won't cost that much. Um, he might you might want to bring him in as a swing tackle, maybe.
man, I bet you he's a Texan. Motherfucker ain't gonna do no stupid and ruin that. Get that man a little bit of money he gonna ask for.
I'm trying to find tackles for this right tackle situation here.
I'm telling you, it's Phillips. Play Phillips. That's the guy. He's homegrown. He went over to the Eagles, learns a little few things, came over here, looks pretty good when he's in there. He's not the greatest, but let him learn. Put the guys in place that are going to win you games, or at least give the maximum effort to do so. You bring back Justin Pugh, have a veteran presence in this team. He's a leader. He's not the greatest, but he's better than what you got.
Sorry to interrupt, Pat. Guys, do me a favor. If you're tuning in from my channel, or you're tuning in from Big Pat's channel, go right now to Unpopular Opinion Sports. This guy right here. This one here. This one. Right here. This one.
My channel should be up there too, bro.
I know. Make sure you go and subscribe to his channel. He is also a part of the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. He is our travel agent as well. So, any of your sports needs or any events, any traveling needs that you really have, whether it's family reunion, a wedding, a vacation, whatever the case may be, go to getouttravels.com. He got you. But right now, go to Unpopular Opinion Sports on YouTube. Subscribe. Give him a thumbs up. We're trying to grow his channel. We need all of us to be monetized. So please do so now. We greatly appreciate it.
Appreciate that, bro.
Check out
Coach
the merch.
says DeVito is going in for for an X-ray. So he's hurt now too. Oh my goodness!
No, this is DJ's fault, you know.
Oh my god!
How many more people got to die? That's all I'm saying.
Yo!
No. Jesus Christ. Who is Miss Bitch? That must be Miss Wise.
Nah, that's not my wife. My wife don't comment like that.
Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to. I was saying because it ain't on my stream, so it's connected to one of y'all.
That's
It
on
ain't
my
on
stream.
mine either. Yeah.
Who the hell is Miss Bitch?
You know it's bad when Darius Slayton come out. Man, that dude
Yeah.
that dude's so laid back.
He
Like,
mild-mannered as hell.
Right. He like Taj.
Right.
You know it's bad when he come out and say, man, there's something wrong, bro. Like, it's ridiculous, man.
He said he like Taj.
Yeah, he's just like Taj. I promise you.
Mild-mannered. Yeah, Darius Slayton, man. I follow him on Twitter. He's actually a pretty cool dude. Pretty laid back. But yeah, when he's mad, yeah.
Him and Shep getting ready to box. For what? Neither one of y'all gonna be back.
Man, neither one of y'all doing shit either.
Ain't given a chance to do shit.
Right.
You got Shep on the bench, but you ain't doing nothing. Man, you might as well let that man go out in his golden year with the Giants.
Yeah.
Well, he did get a touchdown today, so that's what it is. Garbage touchdown. That's what we get.
That's what the Giants give you. They gave Kenny Golladay a garbage touchdown on his way out.
Victor Cruz.
Yeah, matter of fact, he did. Yup. Eli Manning got his garbage game against the Dolphins. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Sorry ass franchise right now, man. I'm sorry. They are sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Shit.
What is on Pat Leonard's Twitter page?
DeVito, Danny DeVito
yeah.
had to go for an X-ray.
His injury.
Oh, I thought he said we was on Pat this stream. I'm like, what? Yeah, I heard about that. Few reporters said Tommy DeVito going for X-rays. Matt Barkley, you up? Matt, where you at? Anyone seen Matt?
Yeah, that's what you're gonna say after his first drive.
What the cut the ball, huh?
All right, bring up the next quarterback from the practice squad. Bring up the next
Hey
quarterback.
Jacob, you ready? Nah, coach, man. I think my legs hurting, man. I don't
Right.
think I can make it.
Horrible.
He gonna call in. You know how you call in to a job? They gonna start calling in to the
Mm-hmm.
game.
Start
I
calling in.
can't,
Yeah.
I can't come in today, coach.
Yo, that's bad, son. That is bad.
How you call in sick to a football team, man? That's crazy.
Damn it, man.
Yo. Thank you for being my friend,
Right.
coach. Oh snap! What a pitiful team. Gotta laugh to keep from crying. Meanwhile, Detroit over there putting up points like crazy. Like what?
Crazy nigga.
Golly, the damn Browns put up 30 with the ghost of Deshaun Watson out there. Like,
Right.
come on, we got to be better than this. God, Texans put up 30. Oh, everybody can put up points. So this dude- I'm literally looking at all these highlights. Everybody's scoring
Mm-hmm.
except the Giants. This is sad. Damn. What are we doing?
And they still won, and CJ Stroud had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles lost, and an
Oh
interception.
yeah, he did in the pick. Outgained by 468 yards, the most by any team since the merger. Like these guys are setting all-time futility records. Like I don't like this shit, man. When you start setting records for poor play, like I don't. Oh man, come on.
And they both looking stupider and stupider after every game. Every time you go to the podium, you look dumb and dumb. Joe Judge all over again, man. You gonna have to do
Yeah.
something because these games look bad, bro. These games look bad, bro. I can see you get beat down 38-17, 38-20. Look like you was trying to win 49.
And they let off the gas, bro. They could have
They let
scored
off the
60
get.
on
They
us.
could have scored 60.
Yeah, easily.
Like you shouldn't be this
The Raiders
bad.
got 6 points, bro. They scored 30 on us last week. They got six
Right.
right now.
And they let off the gas.
Yeah. And you tell me the Giants ain't mailing it in? If they ain't mailing it in, Brian Dable is the worst coach ever. I mean, of all time. Shit.
Dewani
I
Timberlake
better hope
says,
I'm
Pat,
right.
I lost my 2 sons today, both of them Cowboy fans. I told them they're adopted and out of my will.
Oh man, that's funny.
Coach said, honestly, I thought I'd bleed blue till I die. Those who don't like it can kiss off.
Yeah, I'm still a Giants fan, but
Yeah.
man, they make it tough, boy.
Tough,
They
man.
make it tough.
It's like nigga, man.
Shit.
Yeah, that's how the offensive line is playing. Like they was getting Willie Beeman destroyed in that game when he said he had invisible juice. That's how they playing.
His name is
All
Willie.
right.
Willie
Bow.
Beeman.
Wow. Josh Dobbs putting up mad points
Josh
in back-to-back
Dobbs put
games
up points.
without Justin Jefferson.
Yo.
My name is Willie. Willie Beeman.
And the ladies
Be screaming.
and the fans.
Oh man.
That is crazy. Yeah, bookends. I
And
just don't know when it's gonna get good.
I gotta
'Cause
do
we
that
are.
research. I gotta do that research of what the beef is between him and that Bills coach. Because maybe that Bills coach knows something.
Oh,
Maybe that Bills coach knows something, and maybe
who
Dabo was
was it?
stubborn as
Dorsey?
hell. No, the head coach of the Bills. What's his name?
Oh,
McDermott.
Brand.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, Sean
McDermott. Yeah.
McDermott. Him and McDermott
Shit,
got a
they look
beef,
trash too.
right?
They only winning games, shit, because they got a better O line and better quarterback play. To be honest with you, but they don't. The Bills look bad this year. They really ain't playing like they were past years. So I don't know, man. Maybe
And
it's.
may, and maybe
Mm,
that system's not working anymore. And the only reason why they're getting a little bit of success is because the roster they got over there with the Bills. And he's trying to do the
yeah.
same thing over here with the Giants, and they got nowhere near the roster with the Bills, and that's why it's looking like that. Maybe he's just
Mhm.
stubborn. I don't know. It could
What's
go.
hard? What's tough though, Pat, is the dynamic between him and Kafka,
Yeah,
and that I think is what's going to save Brian Dable's job because he can
it could
say,
really
"Look,
take his job too. Because what if
yeah,
Brian
it could
Dable is
go
really the
either
guy?
way."
Yeah, what if he's really the guy that's forcing the Kafka to call plays like this? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
It could go either
that's
way.
also possible.
Because if it goes the other way and Brian
Hold on,
Dable's the
hold on,
culprit,
hold
he's
on.
fired.
Gentlemen, we are not gonna do any coaching on here, cursing on here. My channel is already in jeopardy. So we cannot have a conversation without the foolishness. We will not have it. Because I do not need it happening at my channel's expense. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
How's
Uh,
your channel in jeopardy?
because I already got that strike because of Mets.
Man, you gotta have 3 strikes, and after the first strike, after 2 weeks, they take it off. You only, and I don't know what Mets was playing to get you a strike. Your channel never get taken down for language. You gotta do like some copying of people's stuff, like really
Yeah,
copying it.
they out here they doing a lot worse than cursing on YouTube,
Right?
bro. If you watch
And you
some of these
got people
channels,
having damn soft porn on channels and they getting taken down.
Oh, my kids are not Dallas fans. I was reading a comment. The dude said he lost his kids because they was Dallas fans. He told me
Oh,
they was adopted and they weren't in his will anymore. No, my kids ain't going nowhere. I don't care who they cheer for. Them is mine.
Yeah, you gotta do a lot to get your channel taken down.
No, you don't. All you gotta do is speak out against the alphabet mafia.
oh yeah, it's a wrap.
oh,
Oh
that'll
yeah.
get you down quick. Yeah, any type of political conversation or anything speaking out against the you
You
know
talk about
what?
the
Yeah,
you talk about the beer virus. You talk
yep,
about
any of that. Yep.
Oh shit, hold on a second.
Yeah, I remember that coach. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I hope they don't do AP dirty though, man. The Raiders. Give that man a shot.
Oh man, AP, he's He's not going to be the coach after this year. He'll still be the defensive coordinator.
Just don't do him dirty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least give him a shot to get interviewed. Let him get some recognition. You know, don't just kick him to the curb, fire him right after the season.
Who's that?
Antonio
coach of
Pierce.
the Vegas Raiders.
Oh yeah, no. They said they said he's got an opportunity. So obviously, it's about the showing. If they play with some heart, and
They playing a
then
lot
Yeah,
better
they
than they
play
were
on
in
hard.
then
previous weeks. Yeah.
not to mention they already paying a bunch of they paying 2 coaches' salaries at the same time right now. He'd be a cheap
Right,
option.
and
So
huge salaries at that.
yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
They still paying John Gruden $10 million a year.
Yep.
And
yeah,
he
so
can get that defense right, boy. He can get that. They already playing better, Crosby and them. He can get that defense right.
they could probably get him. They'll probably get him at $1.5 million, and he'll take it.
Not if he goes to head coach. I think the head coach, you got to give him at
Nah,
least
yeah,
3.
you're gonna make more than
Whatever,
I think
that.
that's the
whatever the
minimum.
low. Put it this way: whatever the
Whatever the
lowest
minimum
is,
is, yeah.
yeah, he's gonna get the lowest, whatever that number is.
Oh, Zach Wilson with a bad pass right there. Thank goodness he was off target because he was on target. That's going back to the house. Good Lord.
I thought this.
I'll tell you what, this a hot take, but if he becomes the full-time head coach, keep your eyes on the Raiders. They will be in the big dance in a couple seasons.
If they follow his mentality, yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he
AP
could
is
be
a
one
leader
of
of
those.
men.
Yep. That's what I was getting
he's
ready
a
to
leader
say.
of
He could
men.
be one of them Mike Tomlin type dudes
Yeah,
where
he could. He could.
you just go over there and you just play hard, pause, because that's his energy.
Yeah.
You know damn well you ain't gonna get no play time if you ain't playing to his standard. He ain't
Facts.
about no cookie cutter. Oh, I'm this offensive genius. Give me a coach, bro. I'm
I
sick of
swear,
this.
him and Steve Smith Jr., him and Steve Smith Sr. look like they related, act like they related, talk like they related, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got the
Pierce
same
look like the
swag.
big
You right.
brother, same
Yeah.
skull,
Yeah.
big headed dudes. All right, 3rd and 8. Raiders send a blitz, don't make it. Pass complete, first down. I mean, it's
Zach
that simple.
Wilson
You
got
block, you
all
get
day to
yardage,
throw.
man.
Yeah. This is Zach Wilson we talking about.
Now, flag on the
Well,
play.
flag. Hold up. What we got
Might
going
be
on here?
defensive hold.
If it is, he gonna curse them boys out.
Well, he looking too. What is it?
What down y'all on? Oh, okay.
Flag 14:05. It's either first
Yeah.
down or third down.
Right. No, I was just saying how
Personal
far.
Oh, personal foul. Yep, chop block. Bring it back,
Chop
Jets.
block on the Jets.
You can't engage somebody low when they engage high by a lineman. I like that rule too
Carter.
because you can really hurt somebody's career with that
Yeah,
shit.
you can kill somebody's career with that.
Facts.
Mike
But-
Tomlin is a Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Bookends. In my opinion, Mike Tomlin is definitely a first ballot Hall of Fame coach.
I used to be
Absolutely.
I used
He
to be
got a
real hard on
championship
Mike Tomlin.
belt. I got a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I used to be real hard on that guy, but after the dust settled, yeah, I agree.
He hasn't had a losing season in his career.
No.
Come on, what we talking about?
No. Here's my argument with him years back was I used to feel like
Personality.
no, I didn't care about his personality. It was to me when I looked at the team, I didn't feel like he got enough out of the roster because I'm like, you got all like y'all should be making deep runs, and they was just kind of getting there, losing in the first round, and I'm like, what's going on? Like y'all got a Super Bowl team, and they just never
He had to
would.
go through
get-
Brady and Brady
I felt like he had teams to
and
do it.
Manning
Yeah, I
a
felt like
lot
he
of
had
years,
teams to do
bro.
it, though. He
I
did, but
mean,
I felt like
very few people got through the Tom Brady era over there.
And
Peyton only did it once.
but hear
Well, he
me
did
out.
it with the Broncos, but yeah, that was
and he had Ben Raperberger as his quarterback. So
What is that? You said that to say what?
how many times was Big Ben out for injuries?
Maybe once or twice. That dude usually plays through
He
injuries.
missed one. Yeah, he missed 1 year, I think.
Wasn't much. Like,
And that hurt them a lot because he played through some of them injuries that he should have missed.
No, what really hurt his run towards the end is when Antonio Brown went crazy. If Antonio Brown would have kept his head and Le'Veon Bell didn't start acting crazy too, talking about this money and everything. If the Triple B's could have stayed together,
yeah, but think about it, had some good years of harmony with that, and I just always felt like they should.
Yeah, they were losing to like the Patriots. You know, the Ravens have very good teams. Yeah, I mean, it's a valid point, but
yeah,
still doesn't take the luster off of what he did.
No, it doesn't take anything away from him because, like you said, I mean, he's made the playoff. He hasn't had a losing record, but when in the thick of it, I used to just be like, yo, he's not getting enough out of the team. Like, these are Super Bowl teams he had. Like, you got
there's a 3-year run where you can say that like
crazy run.
They should have been further than what they were.
It's a lot of the conversation that people have.
That Ravens team was no joke neither, and you had
sure wasn't.
You had the New England Patriots, you had the Indianapolis Colts. You know that was a tough conference over there to get through in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was in a tough division. His own division was tough.
But here's the thing.
The Bengals, Carson Palmer, he had to fight with them.
Yeah, but then when I look back at it to just verify to see if I was crazy, I looked up Big Ben's record as a pro, and I'm like, yeah, I'm right. Dude's record was like 141 and like 71.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, like you should have. Like,
I never Big Ben was on. I think he missed what, a couple of games at a couple of seasons. That's it. He usually plays through injury.
Yeah, he should have. They shouldn't have got another Super Bowl out of him, as far as I was concerned.
You can say the same thing about Bill Cowher. Ain't no that man had that team for 20 years. Only got one Super Bowl.
Pittsburgh won.
I just don't know if he ever had
one. No, Pittsburgh won 2 Super Bowls with
they won one with Bill Cowher and one
with Cowher and one with
Mike
Tomlin. Okay, that's
now they should have won the Super Bowl against the Packers. He actually made it to 2 Super Bowls when I think about it, Tomlin.
Yeah, I think the problem with that team was Cordell Stewart, though. The problem with that team was Cordell Stewart, not Bill Cowher.
Right. Cordell Stewart was a bum. They had to bring in, what was his name? Mike Tomczak or something. To actually get the offense going. And then when they finally got Ben Roethlisberger, that's when it took him over the top.
Yeah, that took him over the top.
Yeah.
And then Mike Tomlin, I forget that he made 2 Super Bowls.
No, he did.
The one that Aaron Rodgers won.
Aaron Rodgers,
Super Bowl.
And that's again to my point, Pat. I'm like, damn, y'all should have y'all had the team, y'all had the talent, and then the wheels fall off. You know how this shit is in the NFL. You get 2-3 year window of being.
And in his window, let's say they had a 5 to 6 year window, he made the Super Bowl 2 times.
Super Bowl twice.
And they just didn't get it done against the Packers that 1 year. If he wins that, it's a whole different story.
True.
But it's the opposite effect that I took.
Either way.
You said what?
It's the opposite.
Hell of a coach.
Yeah, no, for sure.
He's a hell of a coach, bro.
Facts.
For sure.
It's the opposite way though. Like when people talk about Eli and Tom Coughlin, because the knock on Eli and Tom Coughlin was they wasn't consistent enough in the regular season. Now they got to the Super Bowls. You know, they won the Super Bowls, but that's the knock on. And what you're saying, Coach, is it's the opposite with Tomlin and them. They was always in the playoffs and always in the hunt, but they didn't really get to, win the big dance enough. So,
I mean,
like I said about
people ain't never happy, with one way or the other.
And then when we talk greatness, we dissect it and we try to pick it apart and all shit like that. Like my thing with Tomlin, I appreciate. Let me not say appreciate. I respected him more later when he had teams, and I was like, damn, this team ain't that good, but they still making the playoffs.
Man, every year, bro, them dudes, the last game of the season, Pittsburgh, you get in, this happens. Like, how the fuck is this possible?
No,
those dudes are terrible.
For sure. I respected that more than versus when he had the good teams. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
like when the fuck
I respect these years more than the Big Ben years.
exactly.
Facts.
But
Exactly.
let me ask y'all this, man. When are the Giants really, really gonna get a leader of men? I'm not saying Brian Daboll's horrible, but I don't get the real leader of men.
Yard run for the Raiders, 3rd and 2.
Well, here's the thing, and I kind of when I came in, I heard you talking about something about the Buffalo thing. This is off base, but it's still kind of a little on target. I feel like, to me, I give this is a mulligan season for me as far as Dable is concerned because they overachieved last year. It was like a gift and a curse, right? Making the playoffs is always good. You give the fan base something to cheer for, but at the end of the day, we still had the foundation that we had, right?
Flag.
So it was like fool's gold. To your point, Pat, about leader of men, I think he's a leader of men, and I think he'll leave us as of today. It's a greater chance of him leaving us than us leaving him. And the reason why I say that is McDermott ass is gonna get fired, and if they ask him to take that Buffalo's job, I don't know what's gonna happen.
What talking about Dable? Man, I'll never ask Dable to take over that Buffalo job.
Okay,
No, that ain't happening.
Hell no.
What makes y'all so
After
confident?
this season, after this disaster, who the hell is hiring Brian Dable?
All right.
It's a possibility simply because of what he did with Josh Allen that they would reach out to him for that. That is a possibility.
Exactly.
They would be crazy as hell.
Man, Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things after he left. It's the same.
Josh Allen got the one that's got the team in the hunt. In my opinion,
Lou sees what it is.
So you mean to tell me? I'm telling you, that team just has an abundance of talent there, and they overcome the things that Josh Allen does. That man has led the league in turnovers every year since he's been there.
I agree with everything you're saying. However, he has a relationship with Brandon Beam. They had their best years with Josh Allen when he was the coach. It's the same people over there that he has the relationship with. If I'm them and I'm thinking about a new coach, that's the first person I'm thinking about.
Well, let him go. How about that? Let him go.
Okay. I don't have a problem with Dable.
Man, I'm not trying to change.
I don't have a problem with Dable.
Any problem with
but
Dable.
if that's the case, then let him walk. Because what I'm seeing here, hell, shit.
Man, you got to understand too. Some of this shit is by design, bro. They do not want to win, so don't.
That's what I've been saying.
Everybody,
but yo, check it out. The Giants have the second. They got the second youngest roster in the NFL.
4th and 14.
Wow. It's too much proof. It's too much evidence. We've seen too much good coaching from him last year to explain some of the shit that happened this year. They do not want to win.
He cannot leave. He's under contract.
Coaching trade
would have to trade to New York.
Yeah, coaching trades happen.
If you wanted to give us a first round pick, because that's
what you trading, hell yeah.
If you wanted to give us a first round pick for Brian Dable with your stupid ass, go ahead. Have at it.
Yeah. You can have it.
Because I'll be honest with you. We haven't had a leader of man since Tom Coughlin.
Give me Wink Martindale as coach if you're going to do that. Fuck it. Trade Brian Dable's ass to Buffalo. If this, I'm just playing along with the scenario.
For the offense to be ass.
And fucking promote Wink Martindale to head coach. And let's just fucking build this team on the defense in the running game like the old school.
Nah, I'm good. I don't want to live that life. I'm cool.
See, that's the problem.
You just said that. You said what I'm saying.
Hold on, what did I say?
That's the problem.
You said trade Dable to
No. I didn't say trade. I said he said the only way for it to happen is a trade. I said that shit happens. We've seen it several times.
No.
People don't want to run the ball no more, and
but the best teams run the
why
ball.
you go
Look at Christian McCaffrey in Philadelphia with
Chris
Jaden
Ram is
Hurts
smoking some
and the
gas
Eagles.
over there. Chris Ram, whatever you was smoking on, it must be that good. He said Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton, the best quarterback and coach duo of all times.
Nah, he said I'm just playing. He
Man,
just trolled.
Yeah,
But
oh yeah, he got to
but
be.
what's wrong? What's wrong with building a team through the run game? Like
I'm
I
a
don't understand. I don't understand
good.
this. Everybody wants this drop back pass offense crap, and it just don't work over here in New York, bro. It
I just
just
yes,
don't work over here in New
I just
York,
feel like
man.
that's old mentality, man. Here's
All
why I
right,
say it's
bro.
old mentality. The game we got as fans, we got to catch up to the times of the modern NFL. And I feel like as Giant fans, we like, and this is not you. I'm just saying this is what I heard. We've never had that type of quarterback before. We don't do this. We don't do that. We don't get my ass. We don't do what? It's a new day. It's a new NFL. Catch up to the times, man. Modernize. That's the problem with us as a
When our
franchise.
blood clot catch up to nothing.
Huh?
He said, when our blood clot catch up for nothing.
Exactly, and that's the problem. Catch up to the times, man. Catch up to the
They
times.
must be catch up to we.
Catch
I
up to
answer this
the times,
NV1.
man.
He says, question, what if we never hired Dayball and got Brian Flores instead? Do you think we make the playoffs last year
Oh,
and be
here
in the
we go.
situation this year and Jones our QB under Flores? We
Nope.
do not make the playoffs
We
last
not make.
year. Hold on. We do not make the playoffs last year. We're not as bad this year. And
Yep.
no, Daniel Jones is not our quarterback with Flores here. That would have been his first thing to do
I agree
to
with everything.
get rid of Daniel Jones. I
Yep.
promise you.
Yep. I agree with everything that was just said.
Daniel Jones would not be the quarterback here if Brian Flores was here.
Oh, hell
Absolutely.
no. He'd have got rid of him ASAP.
Nope.
Yep.
He wanted to get rid of Tua, and Tua was actually putting up more stats than Daniel Jones. So I'm quite sure Daniel Jones wouldn't have been here.
I tell you what, you know who I would want to be the coach if that crazy situation happened, and it's not gonna happen before Wink. I'd fucking want to have Harbaugh.
Oh hell no.
Why not? He's won everywhere. Everywhere he's won, he's been a winner.
That is
Nah,
true.
man.
He's also kicked up a shitstorm everywhere he's went to.
Place.
Yeah, he has.
He's a
In
leader.
New York.
He's a leader, man. You're gonna have a physical team, a physical offense. Why not?
He
I
can
will
make the
say
team
this.
good, but I don't think he'll ever get us over the top.
That's
And
I
it's
was
gonna
getting ready
be
to say that, Pat.
it's,
He
it's
would be
gonna
the
be
one to
some,
build us up. He would
I
be
was
kind
just-
of like our. Go ahead.
I'm all for you bringing him in here if it's just to rebuild the line.
yeah, he can do that. He'll do that.
He will.
Bring him
And
in
He
here
will
to
rebuild the
that
team.
dude can get some
trenches in the
offensive linemen
trenches. Yep, bring him in here to build the
and
offensive
defensive
line,
line.
defensive line, and then get a head coach to bring us to the mountaintop. Shit.
Either way you slice it, give me him over Wink. That's all I'm saying.
But it's
Yeah,
not
over
to
Wink
me.
because Wink's never been a head coach, but
Wink's never been a head coach. Plus, we gotta recognize it. As much as we may hate it, because I hate it too, we gotta recognize that this whole offensive system is the way of the league, man. These defensive coaches, man, they get in there.
Let me ask this question, Coach.
Good point, Dewani.
What's the question, Pat?
Do you think that this Davo system is more of a gimmick or a legit system?
I think Dable's system is a legitimate system because
Garrett Wilson hurt his arm.
Because I don't take this season serious and I judge it based off of last year. So last year I saw what he did with a quarterback who I felt was below par and below average in the league. And I said, if you did that with this guy, imagine what you could do, a real talent. And this year, like I said, the wheels came off so early. I looked at it. To me, I think within themselves, Shane and Daboll, they're like, yo, this is our out. Like, the only way that we could get the opportunity that we want, the wheels have to totally fly off. So, again, to my point, I think they don't want to win. I think they're doing everything to lose games. So, I don't take the season serious. That's just me. So, to answer your question, Pat, yes, I do think this is a serious system. I think when y'all watch games, y'all take this shit too serious. Like y'all look at it like you got to remove your fan from it and just look at it like, okay, these dudes. I don't think they ever really loved DJ. I think it was pressure from the ownership. I just think it was a bunch of. It was like the perfect storm right now for them to just say, let's get rid of him in peace. So that's what they're doing. Does that answer
This
your
ain't
question?
peace though, bro. This is chaos, man. You could have did you could have did a better job if that was the whole plan from the
Right.
get go.
You
This
don't
is
put
this is
yourself at risk like
yeah.
this. Like if he continues to lose like this, you think
There's no way.
John Mara will have every reason to get rid of him. We continue to lose like this.
It is.
Now the players are starting to get involved. Now the players are getting in his face.
It is
Complain.
no way he loses his job this year.
Okay.
It's not possible.
All right.
A lot of people said that about McAdoo too. I'm just gonna say that because they was like, well, John Mara didn't fire. He don't fire coaches in season, and he wouldn't want to, turn the coaching staff over again. They said kind of the same similar things
He was gone.
about McAdoo, and boom,
They've said that
So
about every last one of the coaches. 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years.
you don't know.
And I don't care what nobody say, bro. You lose respect losing like this consistently, bro. You lose respect amongst the men that you're trying to lead. Why would I want to come and play for you and we get whooped 50-10 every fucking week, bro?
I
Joe
do
Long.
agree with you though, Coach Dave. I don't think he gets fired this year, but it can't look like this at the remainder of the season. So I mean, two things can be right. It can't look like this the remainder of the season, but I ultimately don't think they're gonna want to pull the trigger and turn the coaching staff over again.
So let me pivot it and reposition it for y'all a little bit, right?
Okereke name was not mentioned all day, says Joe Long. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button for me. I would greatly appreciate it, boss.
So Daboll is the easy target, right? He's on the sideline. The season has started. Once the season has started, we don't talk about management anymore. We talk about coaching. Fair enough. Cool. Whose fault is it that DeVito is the quarterback and not somebody who is more of a competent quarterback? Is that Daboll's fault or is that Shane's fault?
That's Kafka's
I
fault.
don't think it's neither one of those fault because you
They
never expect
had
both the
Tyrod
quarterbacks to
Taylor,
get hurt.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Taylor got
They
hurt.
had a
It's neither one of
competent
their fault.
backup.
And I'm glad you did that. So I position that question in a way to help you see it differently. Had Tyrod not gotten injured, things would look completely different. We know we would be way more competent as a team, X, Y, Z, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What happened to us is defense was playing at an extremely high level, and they weren't getting shit from the offense, especially after Tyrod went down. That shot in the arm no longer existed. So now we have DeVito, who's not a competent NFL quarterback, who will never play in the NFL again after this season. And there it is. There lies the problem.
But the thing is, you're missing,
Let me
Coach Dave.
really quick. But the reason DeVito being the quarterback is Joe Shane's fault. Joe Shane had opportunity to go out there and get a Wentz, get a more competent person, and he didn't do that. You know why he didn't do that? They
Because they
don't
don't want to win.
Exactly.
Right.
They don't want to win, bro.
But the thing is, you're saying this shot in the arm. It was no shot in the arm for the offense, brother. It was just the defense playing so well. It kept us in the game.
It
If
was
that defense played like they were the past 3 weeks, those all would have been blowouts too.
no. When I say shot in the arm, I think it was a shot in the arm from the team from a morale standpoint. Like energy was just up all around. Energy was more up. Energy was up. The line, people started playing better. People, regardless of the fact there's shit going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of. People could say the Saquon situation didn't play a part and everybody was rallying, everybody was happy. I don't think everybody was happy with that shit. I think it was dudes there who didn't believe in him. I think it was dudes there who did believe in him. I think the team, just as divided as the fan base is, I think there's a divide within the team. Obviously, that should have never come out in the public, but it is kind of coming out now because fucking homeboy been beefing all season on the low. Granted, he didn't get his money, but There's been little shit, little rumbling.
You subscribe to G Nation Inside Sports, Joe Long? You might be subscribed to Big Pat. Or Unpopular Opinion.
Well, he has to be subscribed to me because that's coming from my
That's
channel.
Joe Long. Yeah, that's from
Oh, I
I
forgot.
can
No,
see
NYG,
it.
you're doing
Yeah.
it too. Okay.
Yeah, I could see mine though. Mine has the paperclip on the comments,
Mine's would too.
Yeah.
but it looks different on my end though.
Like you got what type of paper clip on yours?
Just a regular paperclip. I don't see
Yeah.
any other paperclips except on Coach Ed. I think Coach Ed is coming from my channel.
Oh, so you don't see a paper clip on Joe Long.
Nah.
Oh, so that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you probably subscribe to me, Joe Long, go to G Nation Inside Sports and Unpopular Opinion Sports to see if you subscribe there. If we have a, what do you call that? One of those guys in the chat to put the links in the chat. You can
Moderator.
moderator. All right, 36. Hey, Hunter Winfrey gets a first down. Oh no, they
Did he
marked it
get it? Where
short.
they
It'll be
spotting
4th
it?
and
Yeah,
1.
where are they spotting it?
Yeah, it'll be 4th and 1.
The refs been having some terrible spots today.
Man,
I
what?
mean, gosh,
Ref's
mighty
been terrible, period.
facts.
Like none of these dudes. But we'll see, man, because Mellon in, that's a real, yeah, that was a good spot.
There's the link, Joe Long.
The best thing, it just needed to happen, man.
He's probably right, it needed to happen, but they better make damn well sure they build the correct way.
And here's another funny thing: when people are like, "Yo, draft the receiver, draft the offensive lineman," as a GM, if you draft that person, you're drafting that person for the next general manager. Your ass is job.
Take this question.
I'd rather tie my ties to Marvin Harrison Jr. than anybody else in this draft. I'll tell you that now. That's the best player in this draft, and it's not even close.
You might be right, but that play right there ain't gonna keep your job. You draft Marvin Harrison and have a 5-win season next year. Your ass is grass.
No, you're not, because you don't have your quarterback.
Let me
Marvin
paint a
Harrison
picture for you,
balled
bro.
out.
Say you get Marvin Harrison Jr., right?
Mm-hmm.
And then look, remember where Lamar Jackson went, right?
Yeah.
End of the first round, right? Remember where Jalen Hurts went? Second round, right?
Yep.
That if you can get Jaden Daniels,
I'm fine
in that range.
I'm fine.
So you don't have to reach for a quarterback if that's not somebody you want. And I'm starting to like the idea of building this thing out kind of the way the Baltimore Ravens are building it out, because
here's where you're wrong with that.
We have Saquon Barkley, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get that kid Jaden Daniels and you can get some quote unquote hog mollies that can move the line of scrimmage in the run game, it's gonna make it easier when you do drop back to pass.
Hypothetically speaking, what you're saying is amazing. Reality, real case, real life scenario. There's no guarantee. So
no guarantee with Caleb Williams, sir.
Right? Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just ask some clarifications. I have a group of 4 quarterbacks that I'll be equally fine with all of them. I'm not saying Caleb is the guy. My thing, if we end up with 3, I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade if we get the 3rd, because I feel like it's good enough quarterbacks for us not to trade. I don't want to lose value or at the 3rd spot.
I'm not reaching either, man. If
no,
look,
I'm not.
If check it out. If we get 3, Coach Dave, listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
And Drake May goes 1. And Caleb Williams goes 2. So you're gonna take Bo Nix or Michael Penix Jr. over Marvin Harrison? You're crazy.
First and foremost, Bo Nix is not an option for me. I wouldn't draft him.
Well, what would the other quarterback be?
So my
There
top
you go, Joe.
my top 4 quarterbacks are in no particular order: Penix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and May. Those are my 4 quarterbacks. And we like you said what?
I can't hear you. What was that?
You said who's my
You
4?
cut in and out for a minute. Yeah, you
Yeah,
cut in and
yeah,
out.
cut in
Repeat
and
the
out.
last statement.
I know your third quarterback more than likely is Michael Penix.
Yeah, no. I said no particular order. My the top 4 quarterbacks who I would be fine with if we got in no particular order: Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels. No particular order. I'll be fine with getting either.
So my question to you is, you would take your third option at quarterback because obviously your first 2 options would be the
No, I don't have any particular order. I told you. I don't have them in no order as of
You would still take one of the 4 quarterbacks
Turn your notifications
after
off.
2 of them are gone.
Yes.
Over Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3.
Man,
yes, because
you can't run my draft, bro.
What's
That's
the
wild.
What's the
Crazy.
What's the guarantee that I'm gonna be able to get fucking Jaden? What's the guarantee?
There's no guarantee
It
you
ain't
get
no
a quarterback in
guarantee.
the second round, but you do got one guarantee. You have one of the best receivers in the NFL
Okay,
year
so
1.
playing quarterback next year.
Shit.
But
You
you're
still
gonna
got
take
Daniel
your
Jones.
third. You still gonna take your third option. So
No,
you're taking the.
here's the misunderstanding and the disconnect. I
Well,
don't
look,
third.
you can't rate every player the same, bro.
I
That's
haven't
not how the draft works. They have a draft board.
as of today. I have not fully rated the quarterbacks. I
But
look at them.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I
It's still
understand
early
that,
in the
coach.
process.
I understand
That's
that, coach. But so you got Penix with the same grade as Caleb Williams. That's what you're saying. You got Penix the same grade as Drake May. If Williams is an A, Penix is an A, right?
Sure.
So you got them rated in the same caliber of quarterback. Even though you go hard for Caleb Williams the way you do, you still got them rated in the same.
Here's the thing. Technically, when I think about it, I have to have Penix a little lower just because of the injury track record and just because.
Okay, just let's leave it right there. So
revisit my scenario.
When
Penix is gone.
Penix is right there at 3, and Harrison is right there at 3. Given his injury history, what you just said, you rate him a little bit lower than Caleb Williams and Drake May. You would take Penix over Marvin Harrison?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, I would.
Now you do know that if your offensive line is not up to par, Penix is going to get absolutely destroyed. You do know that, right?
Like anybody else, man. I know. Yes, I'm taking a quarterback with that number 3 pick. No way.
Okay.
I'm taking a receiver. No.
Man, I'm taking Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
He says
I'm taking Marvin Harrison at 3, and I'm using those 2 second rounders to get back up in the first round of Daniels or Penix or Bo Nix, whoever I feel more comfortable with. I'm getting them around 20 to 21 because those 2 second round picks and maybe a third rounder next year or second rounder next year, I could get back into the first round. And I got my number 1 guy for my quarterback, and he's a legit number 1.
Yeah, no.
Dash, go look at Jaden Daniels, Dash.
Number 1, a number 2, and a slot receiver because you would then have Marvin Harrison Jr., Jalen Hyatt, and Wan'Dale Robinson as your 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
That's the scenario we're posing.
Let me tell you something, Dash.
Fix the offensive line.
Let me tell you something, Dash. D-Hop. Name all the quarterbacks D-Hop played with and look at the stats that he was putting up. It didn't matter who the quarterback was. As long as that quarterback could get it in this vicinity, he was getting the job done. And that happens with a lot of quarterbacks. Jerry Rice was doing it with Jeff Garcia after Steve Young in Montana. He did it with the Raiders with Gannon.
Hold on, you just mentioned two good quarterbacks. Garcia wasn't a bum.
He wasn't the greatest either, now was he?
A bum?
He wasn't the greatest either, now was he?
He was far.
Okay, so name the quarterbacks the Texans was with. Name them. And D-Hop was still putting up over 1,000 yards, close to 10 touchdowns a year.
I think this kid Jaden Daniels can be a weapon. Dash.
I did not think weapons would help this year. I've been saying the whole time, fix the O-line, fix the O-line, fix the O-line. I was screaming Linderbaum. I was screaming John Michael Smith this year. The year before that, I've been screaming O-line for 3 seasons on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
So everybody was on this Big Blue Crew was screaming O-line from the very beginning. I told you that Evan Neal would be one of the main parts of this season. If he sucks, we were gonna suck pretty much. I got the videos to prove it, and he sucks. But I tell you what, if you have a decent offensive line and your quarterback is not this supercalifragistic type person, and you got a main weapon. Hell, Diggs was balling. Who was the quarterback before Cousins over there? You can't even name him. I forgot the quarterback that was over there.
Brandon Hoyer.
I think Cousins been his whole career.
Who?
Cousins was his quarterback.
Cousins came from Washington.
Yeah, Cousins came from Washington. They made the playoffs before Cousins got there. Remember,
I know who you're talking about. It was homeboy.
Yeah, the dude.
No, it wasn't Alex Smith. It was
Pat Shermer made.
Yeah, Pat Shermer.
I can't think of his name. Case Keenum. There you go. Thank you.
Case Keenum. Yep, that's what it was.
Case Keenum.
Right, you're right.
Hell, look at Tua's career after Tyreek Hill and them came there. I'm telling you, Tua wasn't doing. The damn coach literally was trying to push him out the door by his neck.
Let me explain my position on that, Dash, because I don't think you understand why I say it the way I say it. I'd rather get Marvin Harrison because in the meantime, until we fix his offensive line, he's not going to get killed because of the offensive line.
Right.
We go get Drake May, you go get Caleb Williams, and you put him behind this sorry-ass O-line, they're going to get killed. Continue to build the team, fix the O-line, get your weapons, so when you go draft a quarterback, he's in a plug-and-play system.
That's not how it works, though, brother.
That's the only way you're going to get it done, because if you spend all your draft capital trying to get this quarterback and you can't block for him and you get him killed, he's going to get RG3'd.
That's not how it works, though, brother. The quarterback is not the cherry on top. That's not how it works. If you're not going to draft the quarterback at number 3, draft the best lineman who's going to be there for 10 years. You don't the receiver is the cherry on top. That's the luxury. But I think Marvin Harris is going to be amazing. With that being said,
thinking
so
that
you'd rather draft a quarterback and get him killed.
Eli Manning. I'm
not saying nothing about trading back. I didn't say that. I said we have our first 3 picks are in the top 50. So if with the first pick you get Marvin Harrison Jr., the second pick you get a dog of an edge rusher opposite of Kayvon Thibodeau. That third pick, which is still in the top 50, you go get a dog lineman. Them first 3 picks. Because you have JMS, you have Andrew
Coach wants the link too, Lou.
You slide Evan Neal in to guard, and you go get a right tackle.
You know where that's flawed though, Lou. In theory, it's no guarantees that all of them shits are gonna hit.
Ain't nothing guaranteed in the draft, man.
You go get Drake May and it's gonna be a hit. It's no guarantee that you get.
We just drafted
but the things that we do is not gonna set you back for years,
right?
And he's pretty much a bust.
I'm not giving up, and I'm also not. Hold up, we're not. The moves I'm just suggested is not going to set us back for years. 1, 2. I'm also not giving up any draft capital or any picks to do what I just did. I'm using the picks that we have.
I understand.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I don't think drafting a quarterback set us back for years.
Set
You
you
don't
back
think
for the
drafting
wrong one, does it?
quarterback,
If
the
you
wrong
miss
one,
on
set you
one,
back for
No,
years?
no, I don't.
if you
No.
miss,
Oh my
Here's
god!
why I don't. Here's why I don't.
if you miss,
Hear me out. Here's why I don't. The problem with the Giants in this past situation is we should have cut bait earlier. The problem with us as a franchise is we, we, we
You
react.
cutting out. You
Yeah.
Going
beatboxing
in
over
and
there.
out, coach.
The problem with us as a franchise, and this is not even a fan base, this is just a franchise where we're reactionary. Instead of being
Proactive.
proactive, we react. So I say that to say the writing's been on the wall for that this situation with DJ wasn't gonna work. Like we had enough data, enough information to go off of, but they plastered over it with excuses. We can we it's shit. Look at the situation with Josh Rosen and Kyler Murray. They drafted him. This shit ain't working.
They get rid of that. They're in the top three every year.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
had one good year.
And we're in a situation where here's my just to paint the picture for you. Here's my theories on quarterbacks. Right, if within your 4-year contract we're in a position to replace you outside of year 2, unless you just are horrible in year 1, you're getting replaced. Period.
First round quarterbacks are not 4 years; they're 5.
No, it's 4 years. The 5th year is an option.
It's 5 years then.
Not in the first round.
Yes, no, it's an option. We didn't have to give Daniel Jones 5 years. He could have walked after 4 years.
Still a 5 year. I understand what you're saying, but you're making it sound like it's strictly a 4 year. I get what you're saying. It's an option, but
It's
we
an
But
all
it's a
know
5-year contract.
it's a 5 year contract.
Who holds the 5th year option? The team, right?
It's still use. Okay, let me rephrase. We're playing on words, so I'm going to say it this way. Nine
You're still
times
playing
out
for
of
5 years.
10,
They have the
nine
option to
times out of
discard you the
10,
5th year.
they want that 5th year because it gives them the extra time. Most of the times, the Daniel Jones situation where they canceled it is not part of the norm.
Sure. But it's
That's
an
why I
that's
say it's
why Philly had to pay Jalen
Jalen
Hurts
Hurts
because
right
they
now
didn't
because he didn't have that
they
fifth year
yeah, he
option.
yeah.
was he didn't have the 5th year option. Exactly.
I bet you if he had that 5th year option, he'd be
So
playing on it right now.
I
I
have a
Hey,
question. I have a
Raphael, thank
question
you very
for.
much for the $2 super chat. He says salute to the Big Blue Crew. Much love and respect. Thank you very much.
I have a question for Coach Dave.
sure.
You talked about the quarterbacks, your top 4 quarterbacks, and you will not take Marvin Harrison Jr. over the quarterback.
No.
You didn't say that your top 4 players are Penix, Daniels, May, and Williams,
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
and you didn't say you wouldn't take Harrison over those 4.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, exactly. That's what I
Oh,
said.
okay. I just
Yeah,
wanted to make sure I heard you
no,
correctly. Okay.
that's what I said.
So, what are your top 5 players? I don't care position, whatever, but what are your top 5 players right now in terms of draft perspective?
You got to ask me that in a couple of weeks. You can't ask me that
Why?
today.
You just made the comment a little while ago. Your top 4. I'm only adding one more position.
I can't really answer that question because I haven't really looked
Looked
past
at
the
anything
quarterbacks.
besides the
Yeah,
quarterback.
I haven't looked past the
That's
quarterback
exactly
and
what
the
it is.
quarterback.
He doesn't give a shit about anything else but a
No, that's not.
quarterback.
You want me to be honest or you want me to lie?
No, no. I mean, you're
I'm
being
not.
honest.
I'm
I
being
get you. I
honest, and
get
I'm
you.
just
I get.
finishing it for you.
Coach Dave.
Oh,
Look,
what a
look, look,
catch by
look.
that tight end by the Raiders. Michael Mayer
Yo, Michael
touchdown.
Mayer. Michael Mayer.
The perception based on what you're saying though, that's the perception that is being taken. But I get what you're saying. You only looked at the quarterbacks because realistically that's what you feel is most important right now.
To any team in the National Football League, absolutely. The quarterback is the most important position in the league. Period. That was a hell of a catch.
You don't think
Yes.
his left tackle?
Hmm.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Nope.
I,
All right.
I get where you're going in today's
Rick,
And
but why you
Football,
not asking
but
for
but
that?
but but in all my years of experience, that's a fallacy. That's what everyone tells you. It is not. I understand the quarterback is the brains of the offense. I get it. I understand that. But the most important position is the heart of the team. It's the offensive line. It's always going to be the offensive line because you can't do any. And please
I
spare
get
me with the quarterback can make your offensive line better. No, they can't. They
you.
cannot make the offensive line block better. They can get rid of the ball quicker. I understand that theory, that perspective, but the reality is all you're doing is getting rid of the ball quickly, so you're running short routes. So good defenses are going to adjust to that, and they're just going to take that away eventually. They're going to try and force you to go deep, and then you're going to
That's not.
limit your routes that you're going to because now all you're going to do is run either comebacks if you can get to it quick enough or fly fades down the sideline. That's pretty much it. You take
I
away.
dis.
Touchdown Raiders.
I disagree. Someone processing faster doesn't mean they're only throwing short routes.
Michael
But okay,
Myers.
Terry.
Michael Mayer.
He
That's
said
always
Michael
been the
Myers.
argument. That's everything that everyone says to me. I say, well, how can the quarterback make an offensive line better? And everyone, to a T, has said, well, he can get rid of the ball quicker. Now you're telling me an offensive line that is not good at blocking can still allow a quarterback time to get you your dig route, your in cuts, your
Okay,
post,
Antonio
run your
Pierce.
your your combinations, run a smash route combination or anything of that nature, run your overs, your high lows. They can give you that opportunity
I
if
think
they're not good at blocking.
no for quarterback. All right, when we have this line conversation, right?
That shit
The,
going over his head, coach.
it's going over.
No, no, no,
It's
no, no,
going
no,
over
no,
whose
no.
head?
Stop. I want to hear what he has to say, please.
Thank you,
Go
crazy.
ahead, coach.
It's not when we talk about line play. When we talk about a competent line versus an incompetent line, we could safely say this year with the Giants we had an incompetent line.
When you
It-
use the word incompetent, because I take incompetent in terms of intelligence.
okay, we'll say below average. We'll say average versus
Playing
below.
ability is below average or above average. That's what you're going to say right now, correct?
I'm
Just to
saying
make sure
our line was operating. When we look at the average NFL line, our line
Mhm.
was operating below average. If we fix the line and just have an average line, we'll be able to execute things better with a quarterback who processes quickly. You can still do digs, slashes, outs, show or everything that needs to be done with a competent line. Or sorry, an average line with the right quarterback. We had a below average line. But again, I don't know what part of the conversation you heard. I don't feel like we wanted to win this season. So I feel like that explains a lot of things too. But
Well, I mean that's a different argument. I'm just because I'm an X's and O. Okay, just understand that when you hit me with all of that, I'm gonna come at you just like a football coach, and I'm gonna attack everything that you're saying, and I'm gonna break it down bit by bit to get to the root of your argument, so I can also understand. So either I can agree with you or I can disagree with you. So just understand is that's how I am.
yeah,
That's how I'm dissecting this.
that's
And
fine.
when people make those comments, that's why I said to a T, they've all said, well, quarterback can get rid of the ball faster. And when I say the same exact thing to you, no one said, oh, well, we just want to be average. I agree if you're an average offensive line, it allows you to do other things in the passing game.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't allow you to do the things you need to do in the run game, which allows you to do a lot of the other things like play action, RPO, things split
So
zone.
coach, let me ask you a question since you're
Hmm.
guys. So the year that Joe Burrow made it to the Super Bowl and his line, he led the league in sacks. What was that line? Was that a good line?
That that was not a good line.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, no,
That
no.
was that. Hold on.
Pat, Pat, I'm speaking. I just need the information from Coach, and then you can
No,
double.
I mean, yes, they were not. They were slightly below average to.
What was the difference in that team being successful from him? What made
Well, the
him?
the one thing you have to also add into the whole process is the talent around them, because it's not just this team does not have wide receiver talent like that. So
No, they don't.
that also spreads the defense because now you also not also stress the defense vertically, but you also stretch them horizontally, which takes away a lot of the things they can do in terms of the defensive schematics. This team doesn't have that. So to say that, oh, a quarterback would, make the offensive line better, that's also saying the skill guys would also help in that process too. We don't have those type of skill guys.
I agree. So, in other words, though, there is a world where a quarterback, the right quarterback, can be successful with a line that's not good. Correct?
The part that I think you're missing, hold on, both of you guys for a
Mhm.
second. The part I
Mhm.
think you're missing, Coach Davis, we're not saying don't get a quarterback. We're
Mhm.
saying don't get him with that first pick. You can get Bo Nix in the end of the second round, end of the first round.
Before I go with Bo Nix,
I'm not
Lou.
even saying that. I'm just saying
Hold
what
on, hold
I
on.
was asking you is I'm not getting my third rated quarterback or third rated prospect. I mean, third rated quarterback pretty much over Marvin Harrison Jr. If
Lou,
you are picking third, then why would you take your third quarterback over,
The
probably the
best
best
player in the
prospect in the
draft,
draft?
Right.
and and
Some
and
you
and,
can't
and,
pick
and,
over. You can't
Right.
pick for need. You in the
And
draft.
and,
This is
and, and, hold on,
hey,
and
draft
if I could
strategy.
that's
say, if I could say one thing,
go ahead.
the difference between the O lines and that Bengals O line and the O line that's here
Yeah,
is
that's
that
right.
Bengals O line. Yes, they were bad at blocking, but
And what are
Joe
they
Burrow was a given for each position on the line.
and
say
what are they ranked? And what is our O line ranked?
We're ranked 32nd
And what is their O line
overall.
ranked?
his rank was like 30th. It was like
Yeah, like 30th. Joe Burrow came out his mouth and said that I held the ball too long trying to make a
Mhm.
big play, and it caused a
Mhm.
lot of those sacks that year.
Mhm.
They weren't getting they weren't getting pressure from the right guard position, the right tackle, and the left guard position at one time, all at once. I don't care who the quarterback is. You're not getting out of that unless you have the talent that Michael Vick had and
And
getting away.
Dash,
That's
that is
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's different from having a bad right tackle, maybe even a bad left tackle. And my processor is very good, which Joe Burrows is. I'm not taking anything away from him. But that dude, it allows you to step up in the pocket. When you have no pocket to step up in, where you're getting pressure directly in your face, and this dude over here is giving you pressure directly from the edge, that's damn near impossible to do unless you have the caliber of Michael Vick. That was the only him and Randall Cunningham back in the day.
Mhm.
That's
You can
it.
address you can address both in this off season is what I'm saying, Dash. But
What I'm trying.
I'm not
Lou.
gonna take my number 2 or number 3 overall pick and get a quarterback and put him behind this O line and get him killed. I
There's
would
one.
rather
There's
get Marvin
there's
Harrison
And,
there's
and
one
let him
last
and,
remain
thing.
and,
healthy while I
and,
continue to
Go
build
ahead.
this team.
Go ahead,
and
Pat.
and one last thing that I want to say, because everybody, oh, what does Marvin Harrison do for us right now? Marvin Harrison on that field makes you change your whole coverage against us.
Bingo.
Is the quarterback.
With him, no,
No,
listen.
no, no,
Marvin
no, no, no,
Harrison on
Coach
the
Dave.
field.
Hold
Coach
up,
Dave.
Marvin
listen.
No, it
Harrison on
doesn't.
You
the
just
field.
want to
That's
rebut so bad that you're not
No,
letting it
I
and,
finish.
don't want to
Hold
rebut.
on.
and
Time
let me.
out.
Father,
This
Time
is
out.
not my
hey,
stream,
Hold
so
on
I'm
one
not gonna
second.
get
One second.
angry, and I'm gonna go smoke.
1 second. No, I want you to hear this before you go, Pat. Please give me 1 second. Come on, turn your camera on. What you're not getting, Coach Dave, is that if you have Marvin Harrison Jr. as your number 1, and now Jalen Hyatt has a season under his belt, he is your number 2. So he's your X. He's your X and he's your Y. Right now, Wandale Robinson is your slot receiver. Now the defense has to worry about them 3 and Darren Waller and Saquon Barkley and perhaps Daniel Bellinger. And if we have a 4th receiver, depending on if we keep Slayton or we get somebody else or whatever, Bryce Ford Wheaton, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? Now the defense has to look at you differently. So once you solidify that offensive line, you have multiple weapons to throw the ball to.
All right, Coach
And
Dave.
let me say this. Every time you see us throw the ball to Jalen Hyatt over the middle of the field, you see 3 defenders there. You want to know why? Because they don't have to respect any other receiver over there. If I have a good corner and I can line up one on one against all your receivers across the board. When you got Marvin Harrison out there that commands 2 receivers just about, go ahead and send 3 people deep with Jalen Hyatt to stop that throw. And you got Harrison coming on the dig. Who wins? Who
Hey,
wins?
All right. Let me say this. All right, because this is what I was trying to get to, Coach Dave. Um, I understand what you're saying as far as how you look at your draft board, and I respect it. I may not agree with it, but I respect your opinion. But when and we all know this. I mean, I know you know this too. Teams go through and they look at the talent and they rate and they say this is the number one, number two, number three, number four player on the
Absolutely.
board.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter if you say your top four or top five are the four quarterbacks.
Right.
We all know and across the league, how do they rate these players?
Right.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be anywhere from one
To
to
3.
I'll say 1 to 5 just to be generous.
Right.
The 1 to 5 on most boards. Most of us are going to say 1 to 3,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the point. So based on what you're saying you would take you would take one or two of the other quarterbacks over him based on the fact that every other rating system organization will
No.
say that Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably, if not the first, the second or the third best player in this draft.
Also, what I'm saying to add to that is we're not drafting any lower than number 2 in the draft.
Right now, there's still time to play out. We got to play the Patriots, and we saw how bad they were.
Brother, we
Um,
ain't in
No,
no.
I get it. I get. Look, we can all sit here and debate that, but look, let's be
We
real.
ain't
To
we
say
with Tommy.
we're not going to
We are
draft,
tanking with Tommy.
to say we are not going to draft any lower than two.
Thinking with
I'm not.
Tommy.
Look, right now I can say we can draft five. There's scenarios where we can end up at five, and you know what? We'll all be pissed off. Most of us will be pissed off because you're like, oh damn, you can't even lose enough to get us a better player, whatever the case may be. But still,
We take it with Tommy, brother. I'm
the,
telling you.
what the reality is, hey, if we don't draft, I mean, if we lose, I mean, we end up at number two, fine, no problem.
what you mean?
I'm
Who's
still trying to
throwing the
figure out
ball,
how we're
man?
at number two
DJ.
when we have the same direct record as the Cardinals and we beat the Cardinals. Why are we not at three? And no one
But
can explain that to me.
here's what's going to happen. Kyler Murray's back in the
No,
car.
I get that. I get that. I get that. No, I get that. The logic. I understand that. But
We
you said we're not drafting, so I'm going based on the words you said.
Mhm.
So that's a definitive from your perspective.
From my
Barrios.
perspective,
And I can't accept that myself personally because there are scenarios. I agree more than likely we're going to end up at two. It's highly probable, but I'm not going to sit here and definitively say it because back in '07, everyone definitively said, oh, there's no way in the hell the Giants are going to beat the almighty New England Patriots. You
brother,
can wrap it, you can put money on it, blah, 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 blah. And what happened?
brother, this is a completely different kettle of fish.
No, but I'm saying
Staff or
you
organization
say definitive. I said me.
who
I
just
am not
want
saying
to win.
definitively. Excuse me?
I said we are watching a coaching staff, a front office who
You're not listening to what I said,
want
coach.
to win.
I said I cannot sit here definitively. You can, and I respect that. I don't agree with you. Okay? Okay?
Okay, no, it's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Me, I can't say definitively we're drafting at number two. Now, if you're talking about this is the last week of the season, and you know what, it's more than likely, yeah, okay, fine, no problem. And I just said to you, explain to me how the Cardinals, who we beat head to head, and we have the same record as them at two and whatever, but they're in the third spot and we're in the number two spot. No one has explained that to me.
Strength of
Anybody
schedule.
explain that to me?
It
I
goes by
think it goes by strength
strength
strength of
of
schedule first,
schedule.
not head to head.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
different than
sure
like
it's not head to head
a
first?
playoff.
I'll go back.
The
I'll
But
go back.
playoff tiebreaker is different than the
yeah,
draft order. I think.
Come
yeah.
on, Antonio Pierce.
And it's not really relevant right now, right? Because we got so many games. So
No,
we're
exactly. That's my whole point.
yeah,
There's still games, so yes. I
yeah.
was just saying in turn because everyone I've heard, oh, the Giants are at number 2 right now, and I'm saying to myself, I mean, in my logic, I mean, we beat the Cardinals, so the Cardinals should be over us. But somebody, y'all just said it's based off strength of schedule, so I mean, I'll look at that
Here-
later. And
Here's a simpler way for you to look at it too, and this might help you digest it better. Say Minnesota wins the division, we play them head to head, but they win the division, and it comes to the playoffs. They got the home game, we got the road game because they won the division and we did.
that part I get. That's different
The same
than
shit.
that. That's the yeah, that's
It's,
division. That's division because they're the division champs. I got
oh,
that.
That was a fumble.
This
shut
That was
this
a
up!
this
fumble.
we were talking about draft positioning.
I
Oh
know.
no, sneeze down, sneeze down. Damn.
Listen.
All right, 2nd and 5.
So that's what
O'Connell under the
I
center.
I think all these hypothetical
Hands
conversations. I
off
mean,
to
they're
the left
great to have
side,
because we're fans and we're
and
fans
he
of the
will gain
team.
just 2 yards. Oh,
So we have nothing better to do
push
but
him
have these
forward. He's the
hypothetical
first.
Push
conversations.
them forward.
But
Would they say he's the first? First down.
hey
Raiders
Lou,
trying to
Down
win this game.
Raiders.
hey Lou, before we draft Bo Nix, I'm with your draft scenario of not moving at all and drafting 3 linemen. Before I draft Bo Nix, I'll draft 3 linemen and build a line.
But listen, look, okay, you gotta understand, right? If it's a money thing, and if money is a concern, we've spent money on Daniel Jones, albeit people don't like him, right?
Yeah.
Got it. He has his flaws. Got it. If you're really trying to build this team for long term, okay, regardless of who is behind that offensive line, if you do not fix it, they are not going to be successful. If it's time to get a quarterback, it's time to get a quarterback. I'm not the guy that says, hey, don't get a quarterback, stick with this guy. I'm also not the guy that says, hey, this guy sucks, grab another guy.
Right.
You have to do it when it's right. You can bring a good quarterback in here, right? I
Hmm.
still wouldn't
Raiders
start.
just fumbled.
I still wouldn't start him until we fix this offensive line. The
Right.
problem with DJ is more than likely they did not allow him to sit a season and learn from Eli.
I
They
think
threw him in there after 2 weeks, and that was it. I don't care what people think. Eli Manning was one of the
I'll
best
be back,
quarterbacks at
fellas.
dissecting a defense pre-snap.
Lou.
If
I don't.
Daniel Jones would have learned how to pre-snap read from Eli Manning for a whole season, it would have been a different scenario.
Lou, I just don't think he ever was the guy, man. I just don't think he ever had it. I never believed in him.
I'm not saying that he is. I wasn't glad when we drafted him, but since he was here, I was gonna cheer for my
Had
quarterback.
what? When you say had it, what is it?
I think there's a certain it factor. I think Trevor Lawrence has an it factor. I
What
think
is it? What is the it factor?
a certain intangible winning presence about you as a player
I'm
to
gonna tell you
get
what it,
shit.
Huh,
I'm
huh.
gonna, I'm gonna tell you what it is that he didn't have. A sustained coaching staff with a sustained playbook for a sustained amount of time. He had a offense that was one season and out, another offense and another coaching staff that was one season and out. So
So
never had an offensive line, never had any real receivers. Shit show at the coaching staff.
Let me ask you guys a question. Has there ever
Maybe he wasn't the guy, but he damn sure wasn't set up to find out if he was.
has there ever been a situation in the NFL that you guys could think of where because the quarterback was who he was, the coach didn't get fired, even though people didn't think the coach was a good coach?
in what era, what time frame are we talking about?
Anytime frame you want to think of. Has there ever been a time where it was like, I don't know, we don't really think that coach is the guy, but the quarterback is doing good, so fuck it, let it rock.
I have to really sit back and look at it through the course of history because I know there's bound to be one somewhere along. Because you said any time frame, so I'm going back to. I'll go back to the beginning to the beginning of the Super Bowl era. I won't go back until the 20s and the 30s and that eras because I don't know that, but I'm sure there's based on that. Yeah, there is a situation where the coach stayed because the quarterback was helping the team win per se.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
realistically, because if I go back to that time frame, also, it wasn't about the quarterbacks either. It
no,
was
no.
about
And
running.
that's what I was gonna say to you. That's more common in the modern era. Like,
But that's why I asked you what time frame. That's what you said.
and
Whenever.
I did say whatever. I gave you an option, and then you started deconstructing it, and then I just highlight something else for you to look at.
I understand that, but that's
Here's
why
this.
it's
Look
like
at this.
it's
But
hard.
make sure
It's
you hit
hard
that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. Don't be a ninja watcher all your life, as we're calling
based
the
on what you're
Raiders.
saying. I get it. I get where you're going, but because I have to include the time frame and
Yeah.
back then that's why it's like all right I'll say that from the 2000s down I'll have to think about it but yeah there's probably quarterbacks or coaches that stayed because of the quarterback if I can sit and really think about it.
Here's how I look at it. Right. So you got, like you said before, you called it the modern. What'd you say? The modern era, the modern Super Bowl
Well
era.
you said modern and I said the beginning the start of the Super Bowl era that's when I
Cool,
said
cool. So here's how I look at it. I think you got the beginning of the Super Bowl era. I think you got the modern era, and then I think you have the quarterback era. We live in the quarterback era, and the reason why I say quarterback era because all the rules are set up for the quarterback.
that I agree with you on yes.
Every single rule is set up for a quarterback to a point where routine plays, a quarterback getting a routine hit, a team will be penalized for some routine shit done
True.
to the quarterback.
True.
With that being said, with the rules being set up that way, how could you not want to elevate that position where the rules of the game are solely about that position?
I never said I
Think
don't
about
want to elevate the
it
position. Listen to me.
simplistically. Let's think about it that way.
The Coach Dave. I've
Yeah,
never said I don't want to elevate the position, but more so than anything, I want to elevate the team. I'm sorry. I get it. I understand everybody, and as you said, I need to come up to today's era. Yeah, I get where you're going in that thought process, but it's still a team game. The
it is
quarterback is
the ultimate. It's
111.
the ultimate team sport.
Exactly. And the quarterback is 111. So no matter what, the old adage always comes into play. You're only as good as your weakest link.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
If you're watching from my channel and you're not subscribed to Big Pat or NYG Unpopular Opinion Sports, please go over there and subscribe. If you're watching from their channels and you're not subscribed to me, please come over and subscribe now. We are the Big Blue Crew Sports Network. We call these sports games all the time, every weekend, every day, every night. Help us out. We're trying to get all of our platforms monetized. Out here doing something positive. We could be out here running the streets doing all types of negative stuff, but we're not. We're not asking for no money.
Who says we not all not?
To
Jeez.
push that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. It is absolutely free
Lou,
to do
stop it.
so.
Stop it, Lou. Stop it, Lou. Stop it, Lou. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm mad. I'm mad. I know. I know. I know. Bad coach Ed. Bad coach Ed.
All right, 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. 16
All
to
right.
12 is the score. Out Vegas out in front. Jets with the ball driving. 2nd and 4.
All right, Coach Dave, you said how could I not want the position elevated? I do want the position elevated,
Oh,
Oh, incomplete.
incomplete.
Yep,
but I
third
I
and
want
four.
I want all the positions elevated. I'm sorry, I'm selfish. I am. I admit it.
Nothing wrong
You
with
know, and if I can do whatever it can take to now, I don't want the quarterback to be so far ahead that the rest of the team is suffering. That's a problem. And that's where I think a lot of some fans, not a lot, some fans they want elite quarterback play, but the rest of your team, and they think, well, because you have an elite quarterback, then he's just going to pick everyone else's play up. When that's not reality, that's not true to me. I just cannot see that. It's not logical because you need your receivers to catch the pass from the quarterback. So you need
Oh,
that.
call for the first down.
You need to have good play action to at least keep the defense honest. Because if you don't have a good running game, then you become one dimensional. And when you're one dimensional, even in the quarterback era, as you say, you can then still make a team one dimensional, and your defensive line pretty much tees off, and they already know you're going to pass most of the time. You're not going to run, so you don't respect the run game. So that's
Hey,
why, to me, it has to be a balance across the board.
I
You
agree.
also need your defense to step up. You don't want to always get in a shootout, i.e., I know it's college, but
I
look at
can't
what
front.
happened with Washington and
I'm pulling
USC.
for the Raiders. I want Antonio Pierce to become the coach. I'm pulling for the Raiders. Let's see if his defense can stop the Jets. They're on the move, trying to take the lead here in the end of the fourth. All right, Zach
All
Wilson
right,
in the slot.
second and 10. Wilson in the shotgun, trips to his left. Watch Wilson in the slot. They're blitzing. They are blitzing. You have Wilson wide open in the slot, and he throws it to Conklin for 9 yards, third and one.
So, coach, what do you do? Let's just say, for hypothetically speaking, we get the
Mhm.
second pick in the draft. Give me two scenarios: second pick and then go to third pick. What do you do?
You're killing me, Smalls. Trying to call the game
Well, of
here.
course, it
Last.
depends on your board. I mean, if their board says their top
No,
pick,
no, no, no. I'm asking you. What do you
for
do?
me right now,
Big Papa Gump Shrimp Company, look at my.
well, first
Listen.
of all, who's
Trying to
who's in,
call the
who's in the number one? Who's in the number one spot? Tell me a team that's in the
All
number
right,
one spot.
Wilson, third and
Before
two. Raiders send another blitz. Oh, and Wilson's hit over the middle, but he holds it. First down, Jets.
but
Because
go,
here's the scenario for me right now. Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably the number one player on my board. To be honest with you. And if he's there, if they whoever's at one takes a quarterback, i.e. Chicago, more than likely, then you take Marvin Harrison Jr. at number two at number two position. Now another scenario: if a
Two
team
minute
comes up
warning.
if a team comes up and they offer you good value for the number two pick, and you're not falling too far out of the top of the draft, so you can go down to say 5 or 7 and you can get some good value, especially if you can get a first round draft pick for the future, then I'm trading down. So there's my two scenarios right there.
okay. So
I,
basically,
I'll give you my scenario, and I don't give a damn who don't like it. Marvin Harrison Jr. is number one on my board, and if he's there, I'm taking him. I don't give a shit if it's Caleb Williams, Drake May, guy quarterback that you believe, whoever you believe is the best thing smoking. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the best player in this draft, and he's a player that can help your offense at the receiver position, just like freaking Jamar Chase did. And they were able to overcome some of the issues that they have to go all the way to the Super Bowl.
Oh
I don't
my.
give a damn who don't like it or you're stupid, you don't take a quarter listen. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the only sure thing in this draft, and he's one of the only sure things in a lot of drafts to come out.
One last thing I want to add to what I said to Coach. And Pat and Lou will tell you, and NYG will tell you. I also said I'm not overly impressed with Marvin Harrison Jr. because he can be controlled as a wide receiver. I.e., my Rutgers Scarlet Knight, when they played Ohio State, they did control him until they allowed him to score, or he scored 2 touchdowns late in the game
they absolutely
of
did.
that game. So I'm not sitting here and saying that I'm diehard, I'm falling in love. No, I'm not. Am I correct, guys? Didn't I say that earlier today?
Mm-hmm.
So don't take it.
And I was going to tell you that he turned out to be the key part in that game after he was shut down in the first half. He went nuts in the second half.
Cool. Marvin Harrison Jr. against Rutgers?
Yeah,
No, he didn't. He only had four receptions, I think, for 25 yards and 2 touchdowns.
he got those 2 touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, and the last one they got late in the fourth quarter because Rutgers had a turnover on downs inside the red zone, and first play they scored the touchdown. That's how he got
Marvin Harrison Jr. still came out to be the
no,
primary piece.
I'm not saying he didn't have a productive scoring game. Yes, but it's not like he totally dominated the game. That's like he did against Penn State. That's what I'm getting at. That's where I look at the two comparisons. And to my point is, a wide receiver can still be controlled because he does, to Coach Dave's point, he does need a quarterback. We all know that. He needs a quarterback to throw on the ball for him to produce. We know that. So,
Oh, tackle.
man,
So
your
what?
man needs to play. Your team needs to play.
Right.
What,
We
what
got
happened?
32 people watching and only 13 likes. Come on, guys. Don't be ninja
That's not a
watching.
fake man?
Hit that thumbs up button, yo.
No, I
So
think he grabbed his chest.
so Pat, with your scenario at drafting him, he's your first guy, whatever. If we're picking 1 through 3, 1 through 5, if he's there, you're getting him cool.
Get them
So
likes up, man.
so what are you doing with the 2 second picks? What's your thought process with that?
The 2 second round picks, if Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix or whoever you like falls, oh, and he throws a pick. Lord have mercy.
Oh,
That was stupid.
they should have. I mean, it sucks. They got 3 timeouts, but yeah.
Let's go
But in
Raiders.
that scenario, those
I'm
second
going
round
for
picks,
Antonio Pierce.
if a quarterback is there and Jaden Daniels at 24, 25, and that's my guy, I use my second round pick and another pick to move up to get that player. Or if you're just saying I'll use my second round picks, if one of those guys is there, I'm taking them. If not, I'm getting the best right tackle. If you don't believe in Phillips, or I'll be honest with you, there's a guy named TJ Tampa that nobody's talking about, a cornerback that plays just like Banks. I'll take him and I'll make my defense better. I could go either way.
He read his eyes. He read his eyes.
So
Yeah.
basically, in other words, there's a world where you're fine with not getting a quarterback at all this draft.
Joe Long, you see 29 likes on Big Pat's channel. I'm talking about on my channel. On my channel, I got 14 likes and 32 people watching.
Coach
Stop
Dave.
being a ninja watcher and hit that thumbs up button.
Well, I'll let Pat answer and then I'll answer. Go ahead, Pat.
Is there a world where I'll be okay if they don't draft a quarterback?
All right,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Wow.
Yeah.
If they don't draft a quarterback in this year's draft, I'm not going to go, oh my God, they didn't draft a quarterback.
Let me ask
What
you.
I,
Let me ask
what
you
I,
something. Nah, go ahead, Pat. I ask after you.
if they don't draft a quarterback, I'm not going to go up in arms like they're the stupidest people in the world.
Huh?
You got $160 million quarterback. If you feel that you can go another season without him, I mean, without grabbing a quarterback and just let him play out that second year of this contract to see what he can do with Marvin Harrison and a better offensive line, go ahead. But after this year, he doesn't do it, he's cut regardless. Let's just say we go bad again. We get a top 5 pick again. You can trade up to the number 1 pick and get Shador Sanders. I don't know. It just depends on how they feel. Because in my world, if I get Marvin Harrison Jr. and I got Jalen Hyatt, let's just say that's a scenario where the Colts want to trade Quentin Nelson and I can get him for a 3rd-round pick. I'm seeing if there's an offensive lineman on a bad team that's all-pro, like Quentin Nelson, who will be up for grabs. Let's say if I could get him with a 2nd-round pick or a 3rd-round pick. And I got Evan Neal at left guard. Let's see what he could do. Andrew Thomas at left tackle. Phillips or a draft pick at right tackle. Right guard Quentin Nelson. And John Michael Schmitz at center.
But
I would love to see that.
But DJ's not going to be there at the beginning of the season, though, right? He's
All right,
projected.
O'Connell on the center. Ball to snap. Play action. Rolls out. Quick pass. Oh, batted down. Be 4 from 5.
Just to get the ball back. You
No,
don't know that. You don't know the grade of.
That
You
was
don't know.
dumb.
Yeah, that was done. You don't know the grade. You don't know the grade of ACL tear Daniel Jones has. I've seen people come from Achilles in 6 months. So you don't know the type of healer or the type of worker he did walk off underneath his own power.
Speculation he's going to be back by August anyway, so.
So basically, your theory is based on him basically being there for the beginning of the season. That's what you're saying.
No, that's not my theory. Let's say Malik Cunningham for the Patriots. They want to trade him for a 5th or a 6th-round pick. Go get him or get you a veteran backup. Hell, grab Kirk Cousins if the Vikings don't want him back. Who knows what you can do at quarterback? All I know is I got the best player in the draft at Marvin Harrison Jr. And when I do get my quarterback, he has somebody that he can rely on. And Hyatt is only getting better. Robinson is only getting better. You still got Waller. And if I could get this offensive line to play at NFL level, I could put a quarterback in there. He doesn't have to be God quarterback for us to do well. There's been plenty of teams that have won Super Bowls with way lesser than
Totally
what
agree.
Daniel Jones is
Look at
playing.
what Josh Dobbs is doing for the Minnesota Vikings
Right.
right now. Tell me he's an all-world quarterback. Tell me Brock Purdy's an all-world quarterback.
And it takes a good bounce, but they can't stop it from going into the end zone. So it'll be out at the 25.
Justin Herbert is an all-world quarterback, and they're 4-5 with talent around.
Judo says Big Boss Lou
Joe
Neil
Burrow
ain't a
lost
bad player.
5
All
and 4.
Giants fans been wrong. He's a natural left guard. He ain't a hybrid lineman. Only the stupid head coaches haven't been able to utilize him correctly and train him to be a hybrid.
Hey! I'll still stand by my statement. Neil needs to lose some weight to handle speed and quickness. Because he's at 340. If he can get down to about 320, 315, which is what the typical tackles are in the NFL right now, where they can handle speed, he'll be a lot better. I ain't
Dash
stupid.
does make
I
a
ain't
good
stupid.
point, bro.
I ain't stupid.
When,
Don't. I'm only playing with you, Toodle. I'm only. You know I love you, bro.
There was no contact
Dash was saying about the
season.
about the best player in the draft in 2018. So this almost feels a similar situation like what happened with Saquon Barkley, because remember everyone was split on that. Should they take a quarterback or should they take Saquon Barkley? They end up taking Saquon Barkley. Now people can argue about whether that was the right decision or not, but the only quarterbacks that came out of that draft that the Giants passed on was Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, neither of which anybody wanted in this fan base. They was all on Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, or
Baker Mayfield,
Baker Mayfield.
and all three of them
So,
misses.
so it's not necessarily the top quarterback
Let's go
that you
Raiders.
need.
Let's go defense.
Oh, what a pass by Zach Wilson. First down,
That was
Jets.
nice. That was nice.
Let me give y'all a snapshot into my thing. I've been watching
Different team with a much better coach, and he'll put a gold jacket on once retired, boss. I guarantee you.
quarterback play.
Big Boss Lou, I'll bet you anything. If Neil goes to a different team with a much better coaching, he'll put a gold jacket on once he retires, boss. I guarantee you.
All right, Coach Dave, what were you saying?
I've been watching 10 years of impetus pause quarterback play for 10 whole years. Eli's last 3 to 4 years. Daniel Jones is 5 years. I hear what y'all saying. Don't agree with it at all, period. But I hear what you're saying.
Let me ask you what's been worse, Coach.
Hold on, let me finish. We have a draft right now that's rich in quarterback talent where we have probably 5 quarterbacks who could have been the drafts over the last couple of years.
What's going on?
I'm not looking past drafting first.
Coach,
I
you
will
going in
say
and out.
Dash though.
Nobody hear
Yeah,
you.
Dash. I would say Dash. I know you got the receipts for wanting Josh Allen, but you know a lot of people wanted Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. It was a lot of New
He
Yorkers
was the fourth quarterback. Let's be
that
real.
wanted.
It was
Man,
Josh Rosen, Baker Mayfield, and Sam Darnold. Josh Allen was
yeah,
thought as a mid first round pick. He wasn't even
absolutely.
the top consideration. And Lamar Jackson wasn't even considered a first rounder.
And you
So
know
let's
who
not
that's gonna
act
be
like
this year?
I always like Lamar
It's
Jackson.
gonna be Bo Nix and it's gonna be Jaden Daniels. And give me
in the
goddamn
same
Jaden Daniels.
situation.
Yep,
I don't want anything.
Jaden
that's how
Daniels is going to
history
be in the
repeats
same
itself.
situation. Hey,
Right.
Yep.
look at the leader of men. Look at Pierce. Look at the leader of men. Coaching with 5 seconds left, telling his people what to do. Look at the leader of men and look how you listening to him. Relay the message, sir.
I don't want do a
I
ball.
need
Nothing.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this because we're talking. You said there's these the quarterbacks. None of these quarterbacks are guaranteed. None of them.
No, never, never.
So they said the same thing about Lamar, and Lamar probably turned out to be the best of them. Allen is
Yep.
probably right there with him. So it's a crapshoot. All of us, everything we're talking about, we all agree is subjective because we
But
really don't know.
your point to your point though, and this is a good way for me to frame it, right? Look at the quarterbacks who you guys said everybody wanted. Everybody wanted Baker Mayfield. Everybody wanted Sam Darnold. The quarterbacks who were effective and had good
almost caught the.
draft,
Hmm.
Lamar and Josh Allen. That is those two represent the modern quarterback. I I hope you guys can see that. That represents the modern
I hope
quarterback.
you can see that they thought Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield was the modern quarterback. What are you talking
And
about, my
Josh
man?
Rosen in that draft.
Right. Come
Listen,
on
He was
now.
the
They
fourth.
all had that.
hold on, hear me out.
Josh Allen was the fourth quarterback that
Listen,
people said in that draft, brother.
I, I
That
Look, I get
does
what
what
you're saying,
you're
Coach.
saying.
That's a bad
I
take.
completely
No.
not a
I
bad
get
thing.
what
You're
he's saying.
listen.
What he's
Open
saying
your
is this. What he's saying is this. Based on back then, those were the modern quarterbacks. And to his argument, to today's day and age, those two that we are that went after them are the ones, the typical, the what they consider the modern or the quarterbacks that mold the quarterback the way the quarterback plays nowadays. The
thanks for
only
listening,
thing I
coach.
will say about that, the two elite quarterbacks of today are not those types of quarterbacks. And that's Joe Burrow and that's Patrick Mahomes. Patrick
Hmm.
Mahomes is a little bit in between, but
Patrick Mahomes.
he's really a pocket type of quarterback.
He is a
right.
type quarterback, but he will break your motherfucking back with that run.
No, I'm not
And the
saying
other
he won't.
alternative
I'm
that
not
you
saying
can
he won't, but he doesn't always need to be to move. Josh Allen, for him to be more effective, he has to be moving.
For sure.
Okay, he
and
can't always just sit there, typically game after game after game, sitting in the pocket. On occasion, he can do it. Same thing with Lamar. It's the same thing with Lamar.
But
Lamar has to move. He has to, go out there and do his magic and make guys miss and whatever and do
The
those electric
Raiders
plays. But
win.
to sit back there and consistently game after game throw for 300-400 yards, no, he's not going to do that.
mm-mm.
And that's what I'm getting at. Patrick can sit back there game after game after game. He gives you different angles where his throws. He
Yep.
can move out of the pocket to change the angle, but he
Yep.
doesn't always have to run downfield. Burrow, for the most part, is a pocket passer, but
For
he
sure.
has great processing abilities.
That's
Yep.
100% correct, Tudo.
Yep.
They also got to have that drive and that willingness to put in the extra work to improve on where the coaches tell them they need improvement. So it
Absolutely.
goes hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Because you can get a all natural athlete that's raw that can be
Yeah.
improved, but because he's too big headed, he don't listen. Where the coach says, "Hey, if you improve this, you'll be great." You know.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes the guys think I don't need to take no coaching. I got everything figured out. And you get
Mm-hmm.
those type of hard heads that continue to eat and continue to do what they think is fine because it worked for them in high school and college because they was naturally gifted. But now they're in here with the big dogs who do this shit for a living and take it 100%, and then they ain't up to par. So you
is that
got that
Caleb
too, Tudo.
Williams?
But I agree. It
Hmm.
goes hand in hand. And I'm responding to the comment that Tudo made, of course, where he says, Big Boss Lou, speaking of personal experiences, when the players come out of college, they're all raw and inexperienced. It's
Yeah.
all the coaches and trainers who make them either a future Hall of Famer or a bust. And that's true to an extent. But they got to have that will and that determination to put in the work to become that as
Yes.
well.
Facts.
And that could be Caleb Williams. Can he do that in New York City? That is my question. And I'm gonna stand on that.
Yeah,
And
New
What
people
I'm
York
can
saying
take
City
is,
is
me
just
for a
different, man.
joke and everything like that all they want to, but you know, look, when you watch
we know Tank Gang.
quarterbacks in New York, you have to have a certain type of mindset to play quarterback in here because the media, it's gonna be everywhere. People gonna be walking up to you on the street like, "Yo, bro, why you throw that pass?
Yep.
What are you doing, my man?" Like that's how New York is,
Yep.
bro. Look, I grew up in this city, man. Lou,
Facts. Facts.
Coach, you already
Facts.
know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is.
You gonna have people
Like,
screaming across
come
the street,
on.
the bum. Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if Caleb Williams can handle that, man. That dude is something about him, and I'm real good with these instinctful stuff, man. Whether you want to believe it or not, something about that dude. I don't think he will last here, man. I don't think he will make it in New York. But y'all can go ahead and hype him up and boost him up like he's the next greatest thing since sliced bread. And you know what that's gonna do? That's gonna put a lot of expectations on a young kid coming into the NFL.
Coming into a
It's
New York Giant. Hold on, coming into a New York Giants hungry quarterback city. This is not just New
yes,
York Giants saying this is a player we need. This is a hungry city for a quarterback. And any quarterback, I don't care what they say, after a year,
My God.
after a year, after they get off the DJ high, because he's any pass that he throws, oh, he's gonna be better than DJ. That shit gonna wear off after a year. Because once a year after DJ is gone, now the focus is on him and him painting his nails. I know that's pretty cool. Whatever they think they him painting his nails and him boo-hooing every other game, I think it's for theatrics, and him just holding his head down all the time. I'm telling you, man, it's a different city over here, bro. Sam Darnold noticed it. It takes
yep.
a guy like a Vinny Testaverde. Even drunk ass Kerry Collins, he succeeded because he was shit. He was a drunk. He didn't care.
Nah, Curry was just good. Curry
Phil,
was
Kerry was good, but they said things about him too. He just gonna brush that off.
yeah, Curry was good.
Phil
Curry
Sims endured it.
Giants is a vet already too, so it was a little
Yeah, he was already a veteran when he came over here. Phil Sims endured
Mm,
it. Eli endured
that's
it.
my
Look
quarterback.
what,
You know that, yes.
yeah, look what happened to Dave Brown and Danny Cannell. Them niggas weren't ready for New York, bro.
Here's what I
That's the funny thing about Dave Brown because he's from the damn area. That's why I didn't
Man,
understand that.
but his mentality, bro.
I know,
he
I
His
wasn't good.
understand.
mentality.
He just wasn't good enough. Fuck mentality. He didn't have the talent.
He no, his talent was. I don't know what happened when he went to Duke because when he was at Westfield, he was good. I did that, but
When
Mm-mm.
you come over here, not only do you have to have the skill, but more importantly, you gotta have the will, bro. You gotta have the
Giants Super.
will to be the quarterback here.
Here's
Thank
so
you
let
for
me.
the $5 super chat. In my opinion, there is no way I would pass on a highly rated QB with the team picking from 1 through 4 in the upcoming draft. You can get a wide receiver in the line in the second.
I just think like when you just to frame Caleb a little differently for y'all. Again, I'm not saying he's my number one quarterback, but when you really break him down,
He is.
no, he's not. I don't know if he's my number one quarterback because I really like Jaden Daniels. I really like Michael Penix. I like them
I
a lot.
think Jaden Daniels is a monster too, coach. And you were talking about him back then. I think that dude is a monster,
He's a
but
fucking legend.
you have to build a system around him. And I know that's bland, but it really is true with him. If you build that system around him and Saquon Barkley over here in New York, and you get an offensive line, I think
Mm-hmm.
those two could be absolutely phenomenal together.
If if
Pause.
if it's a situation where it's like, hey, you could get but behind door one, you got Jaden Daniels and Marvin Harris Jr. I don't need to see what's behind any other doors. I'm fine with rolling my dice with that, but we just don't. We know how this
Right.
works. I don't know. But like I
Listen,
was saying about Caleb, just to bring y'all up to speed a little bit, because I'm sure y'all probably know it, but maybe I don't. First and foremost, we can only draft quarterbacks at the level that they play on at the time that we evaluate. We could project, but as far as true evaluation of the talent, we can only look at where they're at the time. First, Dew is a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. He won the Elite 11, which is all the top quarterbacks
yeah,
in
know
his.
all about him.
right.
Outside of that, he then goes and wins the Heisman, best quarterback in the nation. If you look at
Mm-hmm.
not this year's film, if you look at last year's film and you really break that shit down, his metrics were incredible.
I'm
To a point,
breaking down Caleb
to
Williams
a
to a
point,
T.
to a point where they said this shit is
Okay.
unsustainable. This shit
Okay,
is
okay,
doing so
and
good, it's
guess what?
unsustainable.
Get you. I'm glad you did that, Coach. Thank you. Because
And I
what is
agree
the
with Dash.
key factor from last year to this year?
Door.
If you're going to break it down, if you're going to really do that in terms of evaluation,
Hmm.
I'm off the DJ. I don't care about. I'm not sitting here trying to say keep DJ.
Right. That's why.
It be
That's
like it be sound like you're saying that though. I ain't gonna front you.
man.
no,
That's
no,
because you hate
no,
the man that
no,
freaking much.
no.
Nah,
But
yeah,
coach,
you reading
hold
too
on,
much
hold
into
on, hold on,
that.
hold on,
I've
hold on.
never been
Coach,
a DJ
coach,
guy,
coach.
man, bro. You don't
Stop
even
for a
know
second.
who you
Stop for a
talking
second.
to.
Stop
Man,
for a second. Let me say this, like, because first of all, everyone has said if you're going to get a quarterback, get a quarterback. But the reality is DJ's money is guaranteed right now. So no matter what, he's on the books. He's on this team. So yeah, he's
Facts.
here next year unless you can trade him. So it's not that
no
we
trade value.
want him; he is here. That's the reality. But going
No,
back to my point in terms of Caleb Williams, when what you just said, I asked you what is the key factor from last year to this year with Caleb Williams.
Hmm.
What do you think is the key factor where you said his numbers were off the metrics in comparison to this year?
I don't disagree with you too, though. I was just saying, but the player has to want it too. They have to put in
Right.
the work.
Tudo, if you never put in the work, you wouldn't be the man you are today. And that's just a
Exactly.
fact.
The
That's just a
coaches
Facts.
fact.
instill certain things in you, but you have to have that hunger and that drive yourself to do it.
So to answer your question, what do I think the difference is between last year and this year?
Uh huh.
What do I think the difference is between last year and this year? I think this year he's doing a little bit too much big game hunting. I think he's he's overlooking plays that could be made to basically try to hit a home run all the time. I think that's one of the biggest things.
Exactly, 40 luck.
I think he's like I don't know. I think he's kind of like it's like he's trying to live up to last year instead of just going with the flow of the game. I think that could be coached out of him, and I think he might be. And this is all of them, all not all, but most top flight quarterbacks at that level. The time that they get is not the realistic. That's not NFL time. NFL time of getting the ball out is like 2.5 seconds. These dudes are holding the ball for like 3.8 seconds. All of them. Penix, Jalen, Jaden, all of them. So to answer your question, that's what I think it is. I think he's not taking what's being given to him, and he's just basically too much big game hunting.
Okay, I'm going to say this: Jordan Addison.
Yep.
He does not have that dog wide receiver that he had last year.
True,
And that is a big factor into helping a quarterback be elite.
true.
So you need an elite wide receiver, which to what Pat was arguing also about Marvin Harrison Jr., you need that also. So it goes hand in hand. Elite quarterback, elite wide receiver. So yes, some of the things you pointed out, excellent point. He is doing a lot more than he needs to. But I think it's also a fact is he knows he doesn't have that. So that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, not true. That's enough. That's exactly what I was gonna say. He doesn't feel confident in the ability of other people, so he's like, I gotta be super.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So in all of that factors into, the evaluation
Thank you,
process
Tudo.
for me.
mm,
So, because again, I go back to what we said. If he's doing all that with USC, and USC is still a good team. They
yeah.
may not be elite, but they're still a good team.
No, it's the defense that's
And
holding.
but still, the fact of the matter is, if he's trying to do so much with talent that's good. Look at the New York Football Giants, where you're going to be coming into a shithole.
Yeah, for
Excuse
sure.
my language. So, and he's going to try and do much more, which is it could impact to like NYG is saying, which also could affect his mental.
I,
And
so here's where I disagree with that. I think a lot of the stuff that he's doing wrong. I don't think he's being coached up properly. I think
I've never thought he when he was at Oklahoma, I thought he wasn't getting coached up
You
right.
I
got
don't think
some
he's being coached
you
up
got
properly.
some confidence in Brian Dable as a coach. Look, man, let's just listen at what we're talking about. You're talking about being coached up.
Mm-hmm.
The problem we're talking about with the New York Giants is what? Coaching.
Bro,
That's one of the main
I,
problems we're
I
talking
think
about with this team.
I think it's short sighted and hypocritical of us as a fan base to have been so in love with him last year, respecting what he did, and this year,
I've never had an issue with Dave this year.
and
Never.
this year, y'all got all these issues. Meanwhile, for years, I've heard y'all have Mo, him, and Hyde come up with excuse after excuse about Daniel Jones. When this year, the coach don't got a quarterback, but y'all got all types of
Let me
problems.
okay, so let me ask you this. If you switch DJ with Caleb Williams, would the things we say about what the quarterback needs be excuses? If the if we draft Caleb Williams and the offensive line looks like how they look today, the receivers are who they are. They're not playmakers.
Year one,
And
year
hold on. And it continues to happen. Let's say it happens for 2 years. Is it going to be an excuse then?
nah, year three, I'm on his ass. Period. Year
So
three,
the
I'm on his
first two
ass.
years, like the first 2 years, you're giving them leeway and it's excuses
First year,
basically.
year one, I'm giving him a leeway because you're a rookie, you're learning the game, you got to catch up to the speed of the game, et cetera, et cetera. Year two, I need to see progression, I need to see a jump in talent. Year three, I need to see that you're him. If you're not him, we need to talk about moving on. I don't give a fuck who you are. Period. That's my. That's how I evaluate the position of quarterback in terms of if we're keeping. And then if we see by year three that you're not the guy, we're not even falling for the
But
trap.
what if none of the things that were wrong in year one changed?
What do you mean?
What if the offensive line never got better?
Then that's
What
an
if
organization.
what if the weapons never got better?
That's an organization.
Which in DJ's case happened. The offensive line has never been better than 31st since he's been here.
Pat, we will never agree on DJ, brother. Like you saw something that I didn't see.
I'm not talking about DJ. I'm just talking
You just
about
mentioned DJ.
extreme. I'm
You
talking
just mentioned DJ.
extreme fact that happened. Has the offensive line gotten any better since when DJ got here?
No.
Have the weapons been any better than when DJ got here? Slightly better this year, yes. But before this year, have they been any better?
No.
Has the play calling before last year? Remember, he went to the playoffs when it got better last year, but before then, was it any better?
No, last year was the first good play calling and good coaching he's had.
And then he went to the playoffs, right?
Yes, Brian Daboll held his hand and walked us into the playoffs. Yes.
Okay. You can say all that if you want to, but the first time he had good coaching and good play calling in the same season, he went to the playoffs with them same type caliber dudes, correct? And the first time Saquon Barkley was healthy the whole season with him, correct?
Yeah, sure.
And he went to the playoffs, correct?
Yep.
So all that is a fact. And he still hasn't been with a team with a line that's higher than 30th.
Okay. So you say all that to say what?
That if the circumstances don't change, sir, the quarterback doesn't have a chance to change.
And that's why we should have saved some money and not gave him the contract.
Big
Then what
boss,
if we would have did? What should we would have done?
All
Okay,
newly
so
drafted
so
players
okay.
are like brand new babies.
I
The
would have went.
managers, coaches, trainers teach us how to crawl before we start walking and running, boss.
I would
All
have
right.
went with Tyrod, or I would have went with homeboy who the Bears drafted over Deshaun Watson that year. What was his name? Trubisky. And we'd have ended up in the same place where we at now.
Look, regardless of who the quarterback is, man, let's talk about the dang on defense for a second. I mean, like this quarterback stuff, man. There is 53 players on the NFL roster, man. We
Mm-hmm.
can't just focus on one goddamn on position. This is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Like,
Like,
you
okay,
don't
Bro,
focus on
let's
quarterback era. We live in the quarterback era. It's the
man,
most.
listen, bro.
man.
Listen,
Fuck
bro.
all that,
Listen,
bro.
Wait, hold a minute, hold a minute. Coach
listen,
Dave,
Word
bro.
up,
Listen,
man.
hold on.
hold a minute, guys. Listen to hold a minute. Coach Dave, you talked about because earlier you said you're making it seem like it's all about DJ per se, but you're making it seem like when NYG just said that the quarterback is the only reason why you win or lose,
No,
and
I don't.
it's not.
Only
It's not.
one of
It's
the
a.
important reasons why you sustain winning and losing.
I He's a key
They're pretty
contributor.
much
Yes.
saying,
He,
yeah.
but
That-
And
I'll say it again.
had a
Why is the quarterback? Why does the
football.
quarterback have success? He needs skill guys who are going to
Sure,
produce when he gets them the ball.
sure,
It's not like he's the one running all over the field scoring the touchdowns. He's
sure,
throwing them, but he still needs guys to produce. So
sure.
it goes hand in hand. He's important. I said it earlier. The quarterback is the brains, but he's also not the heart and soul. He's just not.
I
He's
agree.
important,
Until
yes. So
I
are
think
the
until
I think that honestly depends on the team, whether he's the heart and soul, but he's definitely the brain. So
well,
yes,
I no, I mean, if the quarterback is the brains, I'm compartmentalizing and breaking down each aspect of it. Yes, he's going to be a heart and soul because he's going to be important. But what I'm saying is, like the offensive line is the heart. They pump and they get the blood going. They get it. They need you need them to get your team moving. You really
Mhm.
do. The quarterback is going to intellectually think and get the ball to who needs to have the ball so they can produce.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting at. So
and,
yes, the quarterback's important, but so are all the other positions.
I
You know,
agree.
now
I,
if you what I always get and what I'm always when people talk about the quarterback, they make it seem like the quarterback is 80% of the offense and 80% of the team and everybody else is just 20%. And that's not true to me.
It's
It's
not true.
just not.
until y'all realize that this quarterback position is another position on the field. It's a very important position, but it's just another position on the field. You'll never realize how people like Alex Smith became successful.
Mm-hmm.
When Alex Smith was with the 49ers at first, that team had no offensive line to protect them. Their
True.
defense wasn't as good until Jim Harbaugh came there and he built the trenches.
Yep, he did,
That's
Mm-hmm.
all he did was built the trenches. And you know what? When Alex Smith left, Colin Kaepernick stepped right in and they didn't miss a beat.
and became more explosive.
And didn't miss a beat. Until you realize how Kirk Cousins can go from team to team with foundational teams that have offensive lines and that can block and have weapons around him, and he can continue to be Cousins with the chains around his neck, even though we all know
And then
that
it,
when the chips fall, that dude is not it.
yeah,
But he can continue to have successful seasons. You'll never know how Nick Foles became a Super Bowl champion. How Jalen Hurts became almost out of the league if the Eagles would have got rid of him. Instead, they said, okay, we got the offensive line. Let's go ahead and build this
Uh-huh.
defense and get him a monster on the outside of
yeah.
AJ Brown and draft Devontae Smith. And
Yeah.
let's see what we have because he can throw the deep ball pretty well and we can use his legs to our advantage. You'll never know how these mediocre quarterbacks can be pretty fucking good. You'll never know the rise of Tannehill from going from the Dolphins, who was a horrible organization at that time and didn't have anything around him until you went to the Tennessee Titans that had a top defense and an offensive line of Derrick Henry. He became a quarterback that got a contract. You'll never know about these mediocre guys that you say that are mid that can become pretty good. You never know how the number seven, the seventh round pick in Brock Purdy can step into the 49ers and look like an absolute monster with around them. But then Trent Williams goes down and they look like a totally different team for 3 weeks, losing to the
Yep.
Vikings and everything. You'll never know about these
And
type
the
guys.
Brown.
Yeah, the real type people that go around there. But then you look at quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield, who have all that around them and still suck. Those are the dudes you should be bashing like DJ because those are the dudes that really suck. If you got a number one run game, a number one offensive line, two good tight ends, Odell Beckham, Donovan Peoples Jones, Juice Landry,
yep.
Rashad, what was the other guy from Baylor? David and Juku, all those guys, and you still ass? Yeah, there's something wrong. Just like, yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo, Matt Castle. You'll never know how Matt Castle turned that shit into a huge contract, going 11-5 with the Patriots that year that had a foundation around him. Don't screw it up. You'll never know how Brock Osweiler can play with the Broncos for one good year
Brock
because they had that
Osweiler.
defense to go over to the Texans and get a
Yo.
huge deal. You know what I'm saying? You know how many examples I could, and this is just off the top of the dome. I ain't even researching anything, and I can tell you about these guys. You'll never know about these guys. You want to know why? Because you believe the quarterback is God. That's what you guys believe. Quarterback, you give me a quarterback, we can do anything. You'll never know about the whole foundation the Texans built right below your freaking nose.
So you don't feel like a quarterback can transcend organization?
The quarterback definitely can transcend an organization, but he needs
So
the
I
people to do it.
If you have the
focus on that
pieces in
part.
You
place,
have to
you
have the
have to
pieces in
have the
place to
pieces in
do it,
place,
sir.
man.
That's why
You
people like
definitely
CJ
do.
Stroud, that's people are
I
gonna be
just
slurping up. Hold on. People get ready to slurp up CJ Stroud like a
All right,
mug.
bookends.
Good night, bro. People get ready to slurp up CJ Stroud like a mug, but you'll never know that they had 3 good drafts in a row.
One love,
And they
brother.
and they brought over Dalton Schultz. They had Nico Collins. They brought over Tank Dell in the draft. They brought Noah Brown, Robert Woods, got Xavier Hutchinson in the later round. Dalton Schultz got another tight end behind Dalton Schultz that's pretty good, and Brevin Jordan. Offensive line went from horrible last year because of injuries to top 10. And yes, CJ Stroud is that dude. Yes, not taking anything away from him, but yes, the man needed a foundation to be who he is. And I'm glad they did that for that brother because that brother's going to be good for a long time as long as he doesn't get hurt.
yeah.
He's a transcendent quarterback, but he needs the pieces to do it. Nico Collins is a beast, and motherfuckers act like he ain't shit. But Nico Collins just needed somebody that could get him the ball.
Coach Dave. Coach
Yep.
Dave, when you played, what position did you play?
Receiver.
Okay. What year did you play? Last play, I'm sorry. Let me say it that way.
Last year I played was 2000, before the quarterback era.
Okay. Was that high school, college?
I played some JUCO.
Okay, JUCO. Okay. So you do. So then you do understand the game.
Yeah.
You
That's why,
understand.
that's why I don't. That's why I'm gonna agree with a lot of things that are said because just my perspective of the game is just different when it comes to certain things.
No, I get that. And I mean, everybody's perspective is going. Even
Yeah.
some of my perspectives are different from Pat and Lou's and
Yeah.
NYG. So yeah, that's
We
fine.
all have different
It's
perspectives.
just it's just that I wanted to understand, when you played in what position. So, like for example, you're offensive. Okay, when I was in college, I played defense.
Me
Right.
too.
When I played semi-pro, I played both sides of the ball. So when I've coached my 40 plus years, I've done every
I
position
didn't play in
in the
college.
book.
I didn't go to college.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I've done it. I've coached them all. I've gone through all the seminars, whatever you name it. I've probably been there. So I
Right.
do understand the game, and I understand where you're coming from, and that's why I wanted to understand mentally where you're coming from in terms of your perspective of a quarterback. Now, as a former wide receiver, I get why you say that because you're reliant on the quarterback. You can't do your job without the quarterback, right?
Right.
And which is also my point where I say the quarterback also is reliant on you because he can't look good without you.
Right.
If
You
you
also
can't get open
understand
on
you need the
routes,
offensive line to give the quarterback some time to get you the
mm-hmm.
ball.
Hey,
and,
fellas,
and
1 second. No matter what stream you watching from, Big Pat's Unpopular Opinion Sports, no matter what, click that link right there. Subscribe to my channel, G Nation Inside Sports. And if you're watching from my channel and you're not subscribed to theirs, please go to Big Pat Sports
Yeah.
Talk on YouTube and subscribe. Please go to Unpopular Opinion Sports on YouTube and subscribe. Please go to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports on YouTube and subscribe. I would not advise
So,
anybody go to Coach Dave's for any football advice. Ever.
Hey, man.
but let me ask you this, Coach Dave.
I'm just a
What do
guy
you?
who didn't believe in Daniel Jones from the beginning, and
Yeah, we understand that. Good night, Dash.
so
Coach, what do you think? What did you think of Bryce Young before he
good
came
night,
out?
Dash, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Ladies
uh,
and gentlemen, much love
before
and
Bryce
respect,
Young
everyone.
came,
It's time
I
to
thought,
start our day here with morning prayers and start working out. Don't have any extra time to waste and listen to this dude's arguments here. All right, Tudo, you have a great night, man. God bless. Stay
Thank
safe
you.
and go win.
Good night, Tudo.
What it is.
So
Appreciate you, bro.
what did you think? What did you think about Bryce Young before he came out?
but Bryce Young was an amazing talent. I liked the fact that he was athletic, but his game wasn't necessarily predicated on his athleticism. Um, I liked the fact that he knew how to get the team set up, and he processed really quickly. The things that
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure about with him is one, it's always hard for me to gauge Alabama quarterbacks because 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, they have so much better talent than everybody else. And his receiving cores was pretty solid. And then secondly, his size scared me a little bit. Like I wasn't sure about his size, so I didn't know
Pause.
how that would transcend in the league. So
His height or
So
his
so
weight?
so
both his
right,
height, but
both.
but more so his and it was like all situational, right?
so
Like I mean,
so
a quarterback six
so
hard you can.
did you consider him a quarterback that could lead a team? Yes or no? Coming out into the NFL.
I wouldn't have wanted him on my team.
So you did say that he had a quick processor, which he really does.
Yeah, but
This is a prime example of what destroying a quarterback is.
what
The
they're doing?
Carolina Panthers,
Mm.
they had a top pick, and they traded their first round pick and the next first round pick for next year to
Yeah,
go up to number one to select. Not only did you give away picks, you gave up DJ Moore, a top target in the league.
they were a
To
weapon.
the, they gave up their only weapon that they really had.
Yeah,
So now you already had an offensive line that was in shambles.
and then you put yourself in a deficit
You
of not being.
hold on. You already had an offensive line in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
The one guy that can actually help you with that situation, you traded away as well in that package.
Yeah,
So now you got your guy quarterback. Yay! Bryce Young, generational. You have no offensive line. You have no real weapon out there. And guess what you did to replace it? You brought in an old ass Adam Thielen, who's actually playing pretty well for his age over there. You drafted Mingo in the third round. Okay, cool. And then you did nothing else. You did
I,
nothing else.
I,
You just brought hold on, you just brought him over there. And now look,
I'm not gonna stick a fork in Bryce Young. I don't think
I'm
so.
not sticking a fork in. I'm not.
Uh,
But the
um,
Panthers are about to do so because they don't even have a first round pick for
they
this
don't
year.
they can't stick a fork in him because they can't.
No, I said they're doing it themselves. It's self-inflicted, sir. They're doing it to
Yeah,
themselves.
Not
You're
really.
they're
killing
not gonna be
yourself.
good.
You're
They're
killing
not gonna
yourself.
be good.
We'll see. Time.
You're gonna bring a quarterback that small in stature
Yeah.
and don't put a solid offensive line in front of him. Let
Look,
me tell you something.
I'm done with
Ass.
this conversation.
Pause.
I'm done with this conversation. Let's have a good giant discussion. Coach Dave, if you don't got nothing productive to say, I would like to say thank you very much for stopping by. But
The,
I want to get back to talking about the rest of what we need to do. We're stuck on the quarterback position here because we're all trying to convince you that Drake May and Caleb Williams is not the decision. So I would like to further the discussion into other positions of play for the NFL team and move from the quarterback discussion already. I'm tired. I'm with the quarterback discussion.
all right, man. You got.
I didn't hear nothing he said. Did any of you guys hear the last thing? You cut out.
He said, "All right, you got it."
Oh, I thought he was still talking. But um, offensive line is what we need to fix. I've been saying it for 3 years on this damn YouTube platform. If we can't block, I don't care if you got the first overall quarterback in there or the last draft pick at quarterback. It doesn't matter. So we need to fix the defensive line and the offensive line, preferably the offensive line first, and get another edge rusher to go opposite of Kayvon Thibodeau so they can hold and choke him and we won't get those flags. Pause.
That was a terrible shot.
And I hate to be rude. If you guys think I was being rude, I apologize, but We spent 2 hours talking about the quarterback. We're supposed to be calling the Raiders and the Jets game. I think I was pretty patient considering my track record. So I don't want to hear no complaints. You got any complaints? Fill them out. Put them in the box somewhere. Right, right.
Go ahead. I mean, you talked about the offensive line. We all know that that's important. Yes, trying to figure out what to do. The question, even before you go into that, is do you
I'm
trust?
eating, bro. My fault.
Do you trust
I hear
Bobby
what you're saying.
Johnson? Do you trust Bobby Johnson? Because if not, it doesn't matter if you get another offensive lineman. It's just going to be the same problem. So that to me is probably more important than drafting offensive lineman right now, because if we get another offensive line coach who comes in here and fixes the problem, then you really don't need to waste a draft pick per se on the offensive line if he can coach them up. And I'm saying this from experience.
That's a great
It's not
point.
the pro. It's not the pros. And I'm going to talk about Rutgers.
I've been on that train for a minute. I've been saying Bobby Johnson is the problem. I've been saying that. So I agree with you 110% on that. Um, if we can get an offensive line coach in here this season and he changes things around, then
Uh,
yes, that's a draft pick. We don't have to
it
waste
will
on an
hurt my
offensive
heart. It
line.
will hurt my heart to say gonna hurt my heart to say this, but go to Rutgers. You got the perfect offensive line coach right there. Pat Flaherty is at Rutgers, and he has done wonders this year from last year with the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
He has made that offensive line such a respectful, a physical offensive
Yo, hold
line.
up, coach. You said Pat Flaherty?
Pat
Yeah.
Flaherty is the offensive line coach for Rutgers. That's the one who was with
Word?
the Giants. Yes,
Okay.
that's
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
that's why I'm like it hurts
That's who
my
we need
heart.
to get then. Yeah.
That's why it hurts my heart to say it, but and I really think that he's going to get offers because of what he has done. He's made that offensive line respectable, and people across the Big Ten respect Rutgers' offensive line. And we don't
Yeah,
have
because they've
any
been
top
running the hell
level.
out the football. Yeah.
Yes, other than yesterday, they've been playing with everyone. So, and that's why I'm saying, like, to lose point, that's that could be the magic key right there. Or even if you bring him in and you bring a young developing offensive line coach and let him work under Pat for a year, that's also another factor because
Hmm.
it will do wonders. Because man, all I can say is I love him. I mean, I don't want to see him leave, but and we know what he did when he was with the Giants the first time. We got what, two Super Bowls because of him.
Mm-hmm. Remember,
So,
he turned a bunch of undrafted free agents and low round picks into one of the better O lines in the league.
and which is what he's done with Rutgers, because Rutgers has nothing but 2 and 3 star guys. You had Holland Pierce, who's their left tackle, who got the Rutgers. I mean, when he went, yeah, he got the Rutgers. He was 400 pounds, and now he's down to 240 pounds, and he's playing at a top level that he's being considered to be drafted. So, and we had other guys who were rejects at Minnesota and other places who've come in and done well. So, yeah, I don't know why, what you call it hasn't even nudged Dable to say, look, take a look down the road right there at Rutgers. He's right in the backyard. And he's a former coach here, and he knows the system, and he knows how to play. He knows this area, and he knows how to build a championship offensive line. So, because I still say there's talent on this offensive line. It just ain't been coached. I
He
just say,
knows what it takes to be a giant. And can you imagine if he can come in here and coach up Evan Neal and Ben Bredesen and these guys to be a dominant run blocking team, and they can just be average at best at pass blocking, but dominant at run blocking, which I think they can get to that level
I think they
given their
can. I
skill
think
set.
this could be a dominant run blocking team. Average at best pass blocking. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
Yeah,
but
average. Right, average.
I
the
agree.
people, the people we have now, but this team moving forward, man. Do you think it's time for us to give up the gimmick and try to be this all over the yard passing team? Because I think that's what
I think
Dabo really
so.
wants to do. I
Yep.
think that's what he really wants to do. And it's just not New
Like
York
with the
Giants
quarterback.
culture. When you go against your culture, it never ends well, bro.
Well, the culture is the coach. I mean, I get what you're saying, Pat. Throughout the history of the New York Football Giants, but in today, and which I understand what Coach Dave was alluding to. With today's system, you still need to be able to pass the ball. I mean, yes, we need. I'll always
What
say the same thing. We need to have good balance. That's the issue with me. We don't have good balance.
what we what that's what people take me saying, like I want to be like a running type team. Like I just don't want to pass the ball. I want to run the ball out of every 10 plays 8 times. I'm
No,
not
no, I
saying
know you
that.
don't know. No, I know you don't mean
You
that.
have to exert dominance at one facet of the game
It's
or
the
another.
division we play
You
in.
know that.
People are not understanding that. It's the division we play in. It's rough riders over here. Pause. If you can't run the ball in this division, these defenses are
I
gonna eat
agree.
you alive,
I
bro.
agree. I
We are
agree.
not in the AFC West where we could get away with that shit and be this,
Well,
this what do you
I'm
call
not.
it, gimmicky type team or this
No, 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 no.
flair type team. We can't do that over here in the
Please
NFC
don't think
East. It's
that's
never
not what I'm
been like
saying,
that.
Pat. Pat, that's not what I'm saying. That's why I said we need to be good, have good balance. The Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Redskins. I mean, the Commanders.
Extremely good
They're balanced.
balance.
They're balanced, and that's my point. We need to be balanced. And that's the whole point. We need to have good run and good pass. And if one game, your run game is not working, yeah, your pass needs to take over and run the show. But now in another second, if your pass game is not working, but your run game needs to take over and run the show. So, and all the other three teams are able to do that for the most
But
part.
coach, if you're really good at one side of the ball, that makes what you're not so good at a little bit easier. So take for instance the Baltimore Ravens. They're so good at running in that type of offense with Lamar Jackson. When they do drop back to pass, they have time, because they're getting different coverages now because their teams are so geared to stopping their running game. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
not
That's
as difficult.
but they're
that's
balanced. They still have a certain level of
yeah, they
balance.
have a huge balance over there with the Ravens, but you know for a fact when that team steps on the field,
You
you finna
stopping
get
the
a
running
heavy
game.
No, yes,
right. You
I'm
finna
not.
get a
That's
heavy dose of that
exactly that's
running
what I'm
game.
saying.
I'm not.
And that opens up their passing offense now.
But that's
And
not
now
what
they
I'm
got
saying.
weapons.
I'm not saying don't do that. That's why I keep saying we have to have a good amount of balance. Where
Hmm.
if you can dominate with the run game, then fine, keep it running and keep going. That eats up
That's
the clock and you get off the field faster. I get what you're saying, but you still have to have a certain level of balance.
exactly. We're not arguing. We all agree on the
Oh,
same
okay,
thing.
okay,
Right.
I'm
No,
sorry.
But
exactly.
the thing
Facts.
that the perfect scenario for me, bro, is what I've been saying from the beginning of the day. If somehow, some way, we got the number 2 pick, we take Marvin Harrison Jr.
Get
and
over the
somehow,
field.
some way, we get that kid from LSU, Jaden Daniels. We can run primarily out of the shotgun just like the Ravens do. And if your stupid ass comes up there to try to stop Jaden Daniels and Saquon Barkley because we have an offensive line that knows how to run block, the
Yeah.
Ravens have a fullback that is 300 pounds for a reason.
Yeah.
They're pulling that dude and he's coming over there like a tight end but blocking like a right guard.
That's good.
I'm telling you, if we can get that, and you can see the little running back that the Ravens doing, and he gets to the outside, he's gone. What do you think Saquon Barkley could do if he
I
has
agree
holes
with
that
you.
big to run through?
I agree with you. It changes the whole dynamic. It makes this offense that much more potent and that much more effective. It also helps your defense. Allows you to play complementary football. You've heard me say this for a longest while. We're not able to play complementary football. Our defense is on the field so much they're wearing down. Where we need to be able to run the ball at times and play good offense. Where the defense gets rest, they're sitting back, they're ready, they're amped, and when they go out there, they're flying all over the place. But we're not doing that now. But remember, you said about Dable. He wants to pass a lot more. Yeah, I agree with that. I think he wants to pass a lot more because, as they said when they came in, the importance of the running back is not that important when obviously it is that important.
Because of our division.
Exactly.
You draft based on your division because if you can win your division, you can win the championship because you're always going to be in the dance. In our division, it is the trenches, the trenches, the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nowhere else. The AFC North comes very close. But over
Mm-hmm.
here in the NFC East, is nothing but dogs, and you going to be in for a fight every single time you play. And we're not building our team that way, bro. We're not. We're not building our team to combat our division, and that's why we getting a foot in the ass every time we play them, unless it's the Commanders. We're building a team like I don't know, like we're building a team like we're in the AFC West. Like
Well,
you can get away.
they came from the AFC East, and I mean, you have Buffalo and you have Miami, you know, and then you had the Patriots and the Jets. So that division is kind of split on the different styles. So we already know what type of style they favor, and now they're trying to come here and say, okay, look, we could try to do this over here, but to your point, if you just build based on your roster, like look at what you have on your roster. You have Saquon Barkley, you have a bunch of offensive linemen that are better, obviously, at run blocking than pass blocking, whatever that means, because they're not good at either. But you can build off that if you get the right coaching here. Pat Flaherty, coach, I'm glad you dropped that nugget.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. You know,
Like
let
we
him
don't even
build this lineup to be a dominant run blocking team. Go get the kid from LSU. It's not a bad idea. And you might not have to spend that type, depending on what the process. He might get, you know, caught with some reefer or something, and then you might get him in the second round. You know what I mean? But the Giants got to stray away from this character stuff too, and stop going for these goody two shoes that ain't football players. Get some dogs in here.
Wait. I mean, you can get dogs and they not have character issues. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
You
you don't
know?
want to have a lot of guys who are gonna, you got to worry about
I
them
mean,
going out and
I'm
getting
just,
arrested. Because remember,
yeah.
we're in New York City, so it'll be easy for them to get in trouble with if they don't have the right type of character. They just
Right,
want to.
but the Giants once drafted Ahmad Bradshaw, so like I mean, like get over that
I'm
stuff
not saying
sometimes.
go out here and draft people with records.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm
with
saying
murder charges and stuff.
yeah. I'm talking about drafting little people that be like, man, yeah, that dude's a little off.
no, that's part of
Yeah.
Yeah,
it.
go
Yeah, no,
go get a
the
couple
bottom
of
line is
people like
let's
that.
be real. Ahmad Bradshaw, he could handle New York though. That's the whole point. He can come out
Yeah,
here and be like, "No,
that's
get the
what I'm
fuck out of
saying.
my face with that." No, I get yeah.
Exactly.
So yes, the good. I get what you're saying. You don't want to have all the little goody two shoes. You don't want to have a lot of coach heads. I
He was
get it.
captain of his team, and he was this and he was that. When he goes out there, man, these dudes really do this for real. And yeah, these dudes are rough riders. Like these dudes are ready to play. They ain't ready to come out here and lose. Oh, it's
Nah,
okay,
coach.
guys. It's
But
okay,
like you
guys. We got a
said
bunch of
though,
them dudes.
it's not about having one way or the other. It's about the balance. Right now, the
Mhm.
Giants have focused a lot of their because of the whole. I think it started with that kicker, Josh Brown,
Mhm.
his whole
Mhm.
situation. They've been
Mm-hmm.
focused on this character thing, and they've been missing out on some football players.
Now that
You
is
know, and
John
that's what I'm
Mayer.
saying.
That is John
Yeah,
Mayer. John Mayer
That
and
started that
that's all I'm
stuff.
yeah,
saying.
that
You
that
know,
part.
and they got to change that philosophy.
Yes, they got to go back to getting the balance between the LTs and the Carl Banks. I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Right,
I agree
right.
with you
That's
because
yeah.
LT. We all know LT was, yo, that dude was. Whew, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you knew he was doing coke down in Carolina, but dang good well,
Yeah.
that dude when he get on that football field, he play his ass off. So I'm with you with that regard. It's just that you don't want to, go too crazy where
No,
it becomes a problem where you got to worry about this one. Is he going to get arrested? That one, if you
And
got to
that's where
worry
you
about
need to
one,
have a leader of men as your head coach. You
that's
yes,
need
what
to have a
Harry
Tom Coughlin.
and that's what
You
Harry
know,
Carson came into play too. Because if
yep.
there's anybody on that team, Harry Carson
And
made
Harry
him.
Carson was truly
Yeah,
straight laced.
yeah. Harry Carson was straight laced, but he was a baller.
Yeah, exactly.
And LT respected his game, and he respected Harry Carson as a man to this day. That's the only dude I ever seen that LT cried, like because yeah, you like Harry Carson would tell him to his face, "I don't care how bad you are, do right." Like you a bad man, but do fucking right, bro. We need you on this team. He's one of the only people I think he respects in that caliber. Like he really respects Harry Carson. And they had fell out for a little bit, but Harry Carson stood his ground as a man, and LT came back. Yeah, that was my bad. And we need some people that command respect.
I'll give you that. That's true.
So I don't mind having a person where I can wake up in the morning I'm like, man, did he do something? Okay, he cool. All right. You gotta have a couple of people on your team like that. Like, yeah,
Yeah, I know. I've had guys like that. I've coached guys like that.
yeah.
I get it. And yeah, I need to have and what you said. I need some dogs. Yeah,
right, man.
Pinnock is a dog. I give him
yeah.
that. Pinnock is gonna go
That
out. He's a
dude
dog.
is one of my favorite players, yo. I might get his jersey, man.
I'll tell you
Pinnock
who else is a dog. McFadden.
McFadden is a dog.
Hmm?
He might not be the most talented dog out there, but he's a dog. He's gonna go out there and play. He's gonna make a
Hmm.
couple of plays for you.
You got
Hmm.
Dexter Lawrence. You got dogs on the
Yeah.
defense. There's just no dogs on the offense besides
There's
Andrew
not
Thomas.
one. There's not one receiver that I trust in a jump ball situation, and I could just give Jalen Hyatt. He tried, but there's not one receiver out there where I know I could throw that ball in the middle of the field. He gonna go up there and get it. Not one.
You right about
Not
that.
an ounce in him. Wandale Robinson too small. He got it in him, but he's too damn small. Slayton ain't gonna do it. I don't even think they don't even give Hodgins a chance to do it, but I haven't seen him do it. It's weird, bro. And I hope my scenario can come true to where we can have Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jaden Daniels and just really turn this offense up. But these dudes, this quarterback, this guy crap, it's ridiculous, bro. You've never
Yeah.
watched football a day in your life, bro. If you truly believe that crap, you listen to the media and they hype up every quarterback in the league, a couple of receivers, and that's what you listen to. This quarterback is so many quarterbacks this draft. Nigga, they say that every year. Let's be honest with you. Unless these quarterbacks are just absolutely dog water and there's no way we can hype this guy up. They say this shit every year, bro.
They
And you're
even
not
said,
gonna tell me different that draft when they had Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Lamar Jackson, that Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield were the top three dudes, and they all turned out to be washed.
hell, I remember when they said Dan Marino wasn't better than Ken O'Brien, New York
Right.
Jets. And it's just like, really? So
Because Dan Marino came from Miami of Ohio. Where did no? He came from Pittsburgh.
Came from Pitt, yeah.
Yeah, Pitt.
So, but I'm like, it's a crapshoot. We all know that. So, it's the system that they play in, the coaching that they get. Yes, you want to have the physical tools and the mentality there, but in the end, it comes down to coaching and making sure you have the right system and the right people around, players around him. Because if not, don't mean a damn thing. And you'll see Caleb Williams out there running around, running back 20 yards, trying to avoid getting tackled like he always does at SC. He can get away
And then
with it at SC.
Micah Parsons, and he fumbles.
Yeah,
And they pick it up, and it's a
oh my
touchdown.
goodness, he has a broken collarbone. Yeah, I know he does. Marcus Lawrence laid on him. Bastard.
This is ridiculous.
I'm telling you, man, these people are sheep, man. These motherfuckers really had
man.
The media had the Giants fans so faked out that they had people telling me, including you, that Malik Willis should have been a number 5 pick overall. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what?
Man.
Daniel Jones is a one-read quarterback. I said, really? And Malik Willis isn't? You sure you watched film on him, or did you see his highlights? that's a difference between
the Giants team is never. They have never really transitioned to the quarterback position. Remember, the last time we transitioned was Eli Manning going from Kurt Warner to Eli Manning. That shit was weird, bro. I'm like,
well, you transitioned from Eli to Daniel Jones. You really did.
Daniel Jones, but then now you trying to look for the next guy. Like, so now where you going with this?
Drafted the wrong quarterback doesn't set your franchise back from years. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Why the Browns ain't never won shit? The Browns done made a $250 million guarantee mistaking Deshaun Watson.
That's crazy.
Like I don't get, like, you don't think the Jets were set back for years after drafting freaking Mark Sanchez after that defense got old?
Darnold.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold. Yeah, you lucky the defense is saving them again.
If it wasn't, and they still don't get to reap the benefits. So even Zach Wilson is holding that.
Look how many years the Bengals did.
What are you looking at?
Damn, Bengals been drafting quarterbacks. Man, they took Achilles Smith.
Like people talk about Bowman, and I get it.
I can't hear you, Coach.
Oh, I know some people. I can't. When you talk about Achilles Smith, it just makes me think about Joey Harrington, Achilles Smith, all the Ducks, all the Oregon Duck quarterbacks, and it's just it's like, and I know I'm wrong. I shouldn't do that. I get it. Look at him. He's improved from Auburn to that goes to coaching, and I get it. But
look at the Redskins, Coach. Remember they took Danny Werfel, Patrick Ramsey.
Yes.
Oh my God. Like, look at them dudes. And then who took Andre Ward? What was it, the Lions? Yeah, they took Andre Ward. Joey Harrington.
Yeah.
Look at the Browns, Brandon Whedon, Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield, like Tim Couch. The list goes on.
Tim Couch.
You know what? The Chargers, Ryan Leaf. They screwed up Drew Brees. He had to go to the Saints. That really put a structure around him. And look what he did. He turned into a Hall of Fame career. Like, look at the Vikings. Ponder. What was the dude? Ponder. They took him, Christian Ponder from Florida State. Like they don't like when I can sit there and just give you fact after fact after fact. I showed you about 13 quarterbacks that were mid that turned good careers and got contracts out of them.
Denver with all the quarterbacks they've had.
Oh my goodness. Brock Osweiler, Drew Lock,
What's his name?
uh,
Florida to um
Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow.
Like
And
the list
you overpay for Russell Wilson.
overpaid for Brock Osweiler. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy, bro.
Right. The
It's
quarterback
crazy.
set you back, and I get we're in the
Yeah, who drafted
quarterback
Sam
era.
Bradford? Was it the Rams?
No, it
Yeah,
was the Lions.
No, the Rams drafted Sam Bradford from Oklahoma. That was the Rams. And then he went to the Eagles and stole money from them
Oh
too.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it was the Rams. It was the Rams. They drafted him number 1 overall.
Like, do you know the average number of misses on quarterbacks every year?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot more misses than wins, brother. I'll tell you that now. I'll tell you, man. You got people like Kevin Cole that went to the Eagles and got a contract.
What's up, Jay St. G?
If it wasn't for Tom
What's up,
Brady,
Tom?
you would have had debates about Drew Bledsoe.
Yep. Drew Bledsoe.
So
And I still say he was ass. I don't give a damn.
no,
He
I
was ass.
Art Stapleton?
What did Art Stapleton say?
y'all see the dominance of
No, I didn't see that.
I'll look at it later.
He said we got to get these beat writers and some of the folks out of the locker room. Some of them not even Giants fans. Did y'all see the dumbass shit Art Stapleton said?
No, didn't see it.
Raiders smoke cigars again.
They probably said get Sam Bradford.
Oh, he's talking about Dexter Lawrence needs to understand why declining comment after a game like this and in a time like this for New York Giants is not the right road to go down.
What?
If he doesn't, someone on the team needs to make sure he understands franchise committed big money to him and he's been accountable. Younger players are looking to Dex to set the example. He usually does. Can't let this happen too often moving forward because he didn't want to speak to the media. See what I'm saying? See how stupid New York is? Now imagine that was Caleb Williams.
So, oh,
Mm.
gosh.
You see? See what I'm saying?
And Caleb Williams is one of those type that he will not speak. He will leave.
And that's Dexter Lawrence. And
Right.
he's
That's
making
Dexter
a
Lawrence, the
big
only one that has the clout to do anything.
right. The one that's been actually
But
out
see,
there playing on every single play. Every single play, Dexter Lawrence brings it, bro. Look at the film.
Because he said
Every
no
play.
comment.
but
I
it's
mean,
okay.
I
But it's
first of all, I have to
okay.
know
Man.
what the question is because sometimes these
No, he left.
writers.
He left without speaking to the media. Period.
No,
Oh,
but
he
here's the
left.
thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. It's okay when someone like Tom Brady loses and just runs into the locker room and doesn't shake nobody's hand. They don't make a big stink about that. Like, come on, man. There's always some shit when it's the Giants.
Yeah. And see, now you want to piss him off and make him mad at the media, at the New York media. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Like that man has the right to lead. That dude's giving his heart every single play.
Every play, man.
You know it is.
Stop playing.
Media is doing the one thing. They're trying to cause a divide in the locker room. That's really what it boils down to. And they're trying to go after quote unquote the leaders to ask them, about Dable and the sideline bullshit.
Yeah. They're trying to get the next big story. Like how Michael Lombardi threw out that disease of me comment. Like, come on, bro. The dudes are a unit and they're still a unit. They're just having a tough go of it. And I think it's because the people above them want to fucking
This is
tank.
why this is the problem with all sport. when you say you have to talk to the media. I get it. That's your way of talking to the fans. But the problem is you want to talk to them right after a football game. They're emotional. Sometimes you know what? Give them a day to calm down where they're in a better frame of mind, and you might get some better responses. No, you want to stir and poke the bear and hope to get something so you can plaster it all over the headlines.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I do not like the media. But shit like that, you want stuff like that. Better off just let people calm down. And it doesn't matter the sport. It's basketball too. I think the same
All sports.
baseball, hockey. Let players calm down. I mean, you're throwing your body around, you're beating your body up, you're mentally, physically, and emotionally drained sometimes. Then to sit there and answer questions where people are gonna, and half the time they'll ask you the question. This guy will ask you the question and he'll say something simple, and somebody else will try and answer it in a different way, or word it a different way. And you're looking at him like they're not gonna answer that damn question over there. I don't trust me.
Yeah, you're right, coach.
I get it.
You
That's why when I was a reporter, I knew better not to ask stupid questions like that, and how to be tactful to ask certain questions. Sometimes,
No, but the media does it on purpose because you get the best answers in the heat of the moment to get headlines. That's why, just like he mentioned, that's why you got Jonathan Allen saying that stuff the other day.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes headlines, bro. But that's all people care about is there's no moral compass anymore. You know what I'm saying? And the media is definitely no moral compass. The worse, the more juicy and the more negative it is, the better.
the more they can
Cause
twist and manipulate your words and make
yep,
it seem like it's something totally else. But if you hear the
Yep.
whole conversation or the question, that's the
mm-hmm.
problem.
They'll
And
play
you
a
notice they
snippet of the
always trying
answer.
to you notice they always trying to run our stars out of town. They did it with Odell. They doing it with Broccoli. Like they always try to run our stars, our best players out of town.
Yeah, they get
And
a
now they
thrill of
poking
it.
at Dexter Lawrence. You know they've
Yeah,
been poking at Kayvon Thibodeau. They never get no support in New York, and that's the problem. And we got this split ass fan base that don't give the players no support. So the players come to this town, bro, and they feel like they don't have no damn support.
yep. The only thing that really keeps them here is to know that they do win here. They're set for life. That's the only thing that
Keeps them
keeps them
here is the
here.
money. That's what
That's what I'm
keeps them
saying.
here.
That's the only thing that keeps them
Yeah,
here. The money, and to know that if they win, they're set for life.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Because the Giants will take care of you.
But they can go get money anywhere. If I'm
That
good, I
too.
can go get money anywhere.
You in
But
New York, you get taken care of. That's true.
it's nothing like the media money here. It's nothing like the
Yeah.
separate money that you can get here in New York because you're already right there in the mecca of media. So if you're a media guy, a la Michael Strahan, he's probably made way more money in 10 years of being in the media than he's made it playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Victor Cruz, he cooking.
yeah, Victor
Right?
Cruz, he's always
You
gonna have
know,
money.
you know what they say in New York. You ain't got. You'll always eat for free when you win and you do well in New York. Period. Case closed. Which is true.
Yeah, you win
Somebody.
here in New York, I'm telling you, you set for life. It's just the way it is. But I don't get down with the media, and hopefully
Nah.
Dex and them don't feed into that shit. But hey, the way this season's going, he might not even need the media to make him want to leave. Shit, the team might be bad enough he might want to leave.
Right.
Andrew Thomas is real quiet. They don't mess with him. It seems like if you're real quiet and you're not the quarterback, they won't mess with you.
Then what happened with whatchamacallit today? Because they really got to him.
Slayton,
The Slayton, yeah.
I think the game got to Slayton. He was frustrated. Like him, I don't know if him and was it just Shepard trying to calm him down, or did him and
Yeah.
Shepard really get into it?
I don't know.
It was
I thought
Dable. It wasn't Shepard. It was Dable.
I thought David was trying to
He was
calm down.
talking. He was talking to Dable on the sideline, and then he walked over to Dable, and Dable was still trying to talk to him, and Slayton just kept walking.
Oh, the shepherd was trying to say, "Hey, respect the coach" or something like that.
Yeah, he was trying to like mediate the situation.
And
He
Slayton
wasn't
said
arguing with
something along
Shepard.
the lines like, man, make the coach respect his damn self.
Right.
You know, Shepard.
Yeah, he lost it with Dable, bro. That wasn't anything to do with him and Shepard. Shepard was trying to calm him down.
And you know it's bad when Slayton get mad, nigga.
Right.
This was a
That
man
dude
that was
is
relegated to
calm.
to fourth string, and
This
still
was a
came to
dude
work
that
every
took a
day
pay
quiet.
cut to
Right.
stay with the New York Giants. Like he took
Twice.
a pay cut.
He did it. He's done it twice because the Falcons deal was more.
Yeah.
Yep.
He took a lesser deal to
Facts.
come back to New York because the Falcons deal was more. So he really screwed himself this time.
Yeah. Fucking with the New York Giants.
Yep, trying to be loyal. And now look, you can't get on the field again. Or when you do get on the field, they're not utilizing you. For some reason, they feel that the quarterback can't throw. But he's on the team practicing.
Right.
First team reps.
First team reps.
It's like,
You don't have no better option, right?
Yeah.
Like
this nigga can't throw, but he's still playing, man. Yeah, I'll be pissed off too. It's something afoot. And I don't like, we ain't trying to win. That's probably why he's mad, man. We ain't trying to win. Look at these play calls y'all
they
playing.
know it. McKinney knows it. He been speaking out on it. They know they not trying to win, man. Come on now. They making it too obvious. That's why you know they amateurs at this stuff. Look at Bill Belichick. He's tanking, but ain't nobody saying it. He's doing it on the low.
But that's Belichick. Ain't nobody
He knows
gonna
how
go
to
at
do it.
Belichick ain't nobody's going at Belichick though. That's
Right.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna question Belichick. He know
Yeah,
how
you
to
say
do
something
it, though.
Belichick on the sidelines if you want to. It'll be your last check today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But he ain't got a tank. They can just keep throwing Mac Jones out there. Nigga, he'll be all right.
Mac Jones.
Why you think he's doing that? Exactly.
Mac
You said it yourself, Pac.
And let's
Why ain't
replace
Malik
it with Billy.
Cunningham playing?
Yeah. Let's replace it with Billy Zapp, who can't throw
Right.
more than 35 yards on a 2-minute drill to win a game. Yeah, make sure we ain't gonna win this one. Mac Jones can't pull somebody's ass one time and cause us to win. Throw in Billy Zapp.
It's crazy, man.
And Bill Belichick gonna set that winning record and dip the very next day. It took me 10 years to get these last 20 victories, but I did it. I'm out of here. Make no sense. But fellas, I gotta get up early in the morning. I didn't know we've been on this stream almost over 3.5 hours.
Yep. Sure have.
All right then, fellas.
Damn, I've been doing this since early this morning. I called an early morning game with you.
Can y'all just give me 1 minute?
Yep.
Once we close the stream, I want to talk to y'all real quick and we can go.
All right.
All right, fellas. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank everybody who stopped by in the chat, everybody who super chatted, everybody who did not buy any merch. I'm disappointed in you. Where's your Christmas spirit? Bah,
All right.
Nah, guys, y'all know what it is. Until next time, man, catch us back tonight on my channel since it's past midnight. Monday Night Football, we'll be calling the game in Joe's absence tonight. So catch us back on G Nation Inside Sports tonight later on, man. Until next time, y'all know what it is.
Peace.
Ain't no chat, no like, it's just action. All my just front like they tapping. You already know. Poppin'. Ain't no stopping me, man, steady rockin'. Watch them hate on me now, cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now, cause I'm poppin'. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the the Super Bowl champ.